I'm just going to roll off you.
Hello and welcome to another Tuesday evening on MTG Get There. My name is Connor. I am joined this week by Michael for the first couple rounds.
How you doing?
This week we are playing some Legacy. For those of you who are interested, we are going to preview a couple cards, or actually it might just be one, from the new set coming out with Guilds of Ravnica.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just Assassin's Trophy.
Yeah, which that will be coming up actually in our first match. To start off tonight, we have Kirby on 4-color Loam and Nathaniel on, I believe, blue-white Stoneblade.
I believe so.
We will go ahead and get to the rounds. So, as I said, Nathaniel on Stoneblade, Kirby on 4-color Loam to start, followed by Stoneblade versus Tin Fins with Sean. Sean is playing the Matt Nass build, right? Following that, Nathaniel swaps for Michael on Rector Fit using Arena Rector and
Academy Record.
Academy Rector are the feature cards of his deck. Followed by Alex, who's not here yet, but he will be piloting Grixis Delver this evening. And then I will swap for Michael, which Nathaniel will jump on commentary. I'll be playing Death and Taxes. Nothing too special there that I know of, even though I built it for this week. And then ending with Taxes versus Loam. We'll go ahead and jump over to faux color Loam.
Loman.
Take a look at this. There is the new card coming out of the new standard set that was releasing 2 weeks, right? Pre-release is the end of the month,
Yes.
and then the following week's release. Assassin's Trophy Black-Green Instant. This is pretty much replacing a copy of Abrupt Decay, it seems in his list.
Looks that way.
For destroy target permanent and opponent controls. Any permanent, it does not have the non-land restriction. Its controller may search their library for basic land card put on the battlefield. So Ghost Quarter.
Yeah.
But it hits any permanent. It can hit a Planeswalker, it can hit a land, it can hit an artifact, whatever you need it to do.
It's very powerful for 2 mana.
The rest of Kirby's list looks pretty stock. Got the main deck, Gaddock Teague for his Green Suns, and a Scavenging Ooze. Now, I don't think Kirby has played this since the banning of Deathrite on stream.
I don't believe so.
So there was 4 slots there that opened up. It looks like he filled it with, the Assassin Trophy's 1.
I can't
I
really
can't
tell.
I guess the main deck copies of Abrupt Decay, I don't think he was playing those before.
Yeah. I think it's just more on the creature
A
part.
main deck Deluge. So the Trophy, 2 Decay, and Deluge, I believe, are his swaps. Everything else seems pretty standard. Sideboard, no changes for the most part, except for what would have been the 4th copy of Decay becoming a 2nd Trophy. And we'll jump over to Nathaniel's list real quick.
Someone's saying that he did not play Deathrite. I believed he did.
It played Deathrites. At least one, yeah.
Yeah.
But I when I was playing Loam, I was playing 4. It felt weird, but I did it. I don't know why. Nothing really out of the norm here. It's been a while since I've seen a Stoneblade deck. I did play... Oh, there's a Gideon of Trials hidden behind
Ooh.
Sword of Fire and Ice.
I like that.
Other than that, seems pretty straightforward. Sideboard... nothing really that weird. But I am interested in seeing how Gideon impacts the game.
Yeah, I am too. He seems like a pretty solid addition to the deck.
Do you have any thoughts, comments about the match we're going to watch, or just go ahead and jump on over?
I think we could just go ahead and jump on over.
All right. Go ahead and tell them that we'll go ahead and get started.
You are good to go.
I'm not sure what exactly is going on with all these tokens, but... Yeah. What the
I used a microphone.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah. Go ahead and go. Go.
Hey, can y'all hear me? Go.
I guess the microphone doesn't like me.
Maybe. I noticed last time it was a little quieter.
I'm not good at
I didn't know if that
technology.
was the headset. Yes, 4 months of rent, yes. There are decks in this format that do not cost as much as some modern decks. So,
Oh.
Turn 1, Mox Diamond, discarding
Double Mox Diamond.
Ooh.
That is an explosive.
Savannah and Fetchland. And a Wasteland.
Start. Turn 1 Liliana.
Yeah!
Let's go.
I forgot to start the timer.
Oh yeah, start that timer.
Barty's gonna kill me. Oh no.
So Liliana is significantly better when you can play her in turn 1.
And discarding a land. Oh, look at that.
Nathaniel
Don't
just
play it.
started
Don't play the
Fencer.
Caracas. This is scary. That ultimate's in 2 turns, or 3 turns. But
But like, really, what is it doing for a while?
yeah, that's true. Hey, look, free tick ups on turn 2. Oh, there is a Venser too. I didn't see that in his list. I think that was something he was saying, is that the list he linked.
Got updated.
Yes, he did turn the mic on. Thank you, though.
I did turn the mic on.
That's what I was leaning over to make sure. Tundra gets wastelanded, floats man in response, possibly a brainstorm.
It's gonna be real tough for Nathaniel to fight out of this.
Oh, Stoneforge. Okay.
That's one way to start doing it.
I didn't realize he was already fetching when that happened. So you got basic on Batterskull. Okay. This is not good for Nathaniel. So
No.
even if he deploys that Batterskull, first Lily tick down will make him sack the Stoneforge. He'll have a 4/4, which can then be jump blocked.
Yeah, Kirby's just gonna start burying him in card advantage.
Yeah. Now if Nathaniel has a white source, he can swords the Bob, and then he's in good shape.
He's in better shape.
Yeah.
He still has to worry about this
Oh.
Liliana.
He hadn't used Liliana yet for the turn. It already ate the Stoneforge.
Yes. Kirby just wanted
This
to
is
go
going
ahead and
really
get that out
fast.
of the way.
Yeah.
They're both fast players. They know what they're doing.
Swords hit Bob. Okay. Draw. Bob 2.
Deal with that one.
Tick up. Alex has arrived. What's up,
Hello,
man?
Alex. Ooh, take nothing.
Okay. New foil shiny
His
Bobs.
draw was a Liliana.
So when you foil your Bobs out, they work better.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you foil
Even though
anything.
he still has the Skrillex one.
I mean, I like Skrillex.
Snap. Chump block. Interesting. Draw. Do you have a third land? Nope. I believe his hand is Click. It's not Spell Snare. Maybe it's Snapcaster Mage. It's hard to tell.
It is hard to tell.
Discards Batterskull.
Yeah, Kirby's just gonna keep this
It's another
Liliana
snap,
in his
okay.
hand, in his back pocket until he has to use it. Which
Mhm.
I don't think he's gonna need to use it for quite some time. Unless Nathaniel just starts chaining Snapcasters
I mean, it's
for no value.
he's gonna discard the land here. No, he's gonna sack
Yeah.
and then play the new one probably. Nope,
I don't think he needs to yet.
that's fair.
Just keep making Nathaniel use resources to deal with the Liliana.
Pickup was
Another
another. Did he shuffle? Sir, did you shuffle your deck? Oh,
Ooh, it was
Spell
a spell
Snare.
snare.
Good eyes.
And now Kirby's probably just not gonna take up this Liliana.
There's reason for him too, but I don't know. This could be. This is fine. You just tick down Lily, play new Lily, make him discard.
Yeah.
Or
P-Fire.
Or we draw Punishing Fire.
Yeah, he's just gonna start
Whee!
assembling P-Fire, kill Nathaniel very slowly. And he's gonna discard
Discards
it here.
Punishing Fire. Whee!
The engine is going.
I love Loam. So like, there's a part of me because I did build this deck shortly after he had finished it.
Mhm.
Because with Maverick, and I had already had like Jund for Modern, I was literally a set of Mox Diamonds away,
Okay.
and was able to pick some up on the cheaper end before they spiked again. And the deck's a lot of fun, but I'm just a Maverick player.
I mean, it's just like, take Maverick, put some land stuff in there,
Yeah,
and it's the same deck. They play it a little differently, though.
yeah, they do.
I do like...
I don't agree that.
We lost audio. There we go.
That's back. Okay. I don't agree that the decks are as similar as some people think they are.
They have
uh,
similar styles, but
They have similar cards in them.
Yeah,
but, like
they go about their
Loam
game plan
has
differently.
Liliana and Bob. My Maverick deck has Knight of the Reliquary, which he does also have, but my strategy hinges way more on that card than it does, like, say, Liliana.
Yes.
So we saw a True Name get eaten by a Lily. Next card is Click, I believe, plus something else that he just drew. Do you Ghost Quarter here? He's going to have basics, but do you Ghost Quarter him?
I would be inclined to if he doesn't do anything, but I can also see reason not to and just save it to try to catch him off guard, maybe get him off some colors. But it's going to be hard to. He's a 2-color deck.
Yeah, and I believe he has, let's see, Stoneblade, he has 1, 2, yeah, he has 8
He has a lot of basics.
basics.
So Kirby may also know that and may just think it's not worth his time.
I mean, with a 2-color deck, especially these control strategies, yeah, they're going to have way more basics than most other decks. Flusterstorm eats a...
Kirby
Green
went for a
Sun.
Green Sun. Nathaniel snap, flustering it.
Yep.
Finally dealing with this Liliana, but now he's going to have to deal
Here
with the
comes
second
number
one.
2, yep.
Or is he going to use the P-Fire? And then start taking up the Liliana? Next turn, obviously.
Yeah, he has one more turn to go.
Oh, and a Scooz. Kirby's just, drawing very well.
This is the best I have ever seen this deck draw. Like, he's literally not hit a dead card yet.
Like, this is Loam's version of going off.
Yeah, at the speed of not sound.
I mean,
A fart.
yeah. But,
Although
it's
farts
bullying
spread
Nathaniel.
pretty fast through the air.
That's fair. Nathaniel was getting bullied, but dying very slowly.
It's not going to be very slow for long.
Well, now
Kirby
that
has
he's
access
Scooz.
to 4 green sources, although one of them gains a life, but that turns the Scooz from a 2-2 into a 6-6,
I mean,
which
yeah.
is a 3-turn clock.
Kirby's just gonna deploy this Liliana, make sure it's
He has a
clear.
Chalice in hand.
Oh, and he's
Deploy
got
it for
Chalice.
1 and then tick up.
Just draw perfect, Kirby.
Another spell snare. Okay. Okay.
The speed of smell.
Okay, 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 okay. Attack for 2. You add a cards. What you draw?
And this is a point of the game where Kirby feels very favored.
The
Nathaniel's
speed of smell. I liked the speed of a fart better.
other Chalice. I don't know if Kirby shuffled well enough.
I don't know if he shuffled or if Nathaniel cut. Because we did come to the camera and like their decks were already presented.
Yeah,
So,
it is hilarious though.
fetching for
Another
another basic. Is there anything he can play here that he'd need a 4th mana for? At instant speed? I don't know.
Another Venser.
Oh.
He's playing 2 Vensers. That's a lot of Vensers.
Well, Kirby can put Grove back, or he can put Punishing Fire back in his hand if he needs to.
Yeah.
Although, I think I'd be okay. Well, no, you don't want to take the chance of him Venturing the Lily and then having to discard Lily. You just pick up Punishing Fire and discard it again. Yep.
Yeah. That's the best way to deal with it. And then he can just deploy this
And then
again.
redeploy Scooz. A very good heads-up play. Unfortunately, it's... You have a 4-mana flash 2-2 against arguably the best Planeswalker in this situation. You're either hitting their hand or your few creatures.
Yeah. Liana's...
Discard Swords.
Do you like just using it there? Or he
I-
can't use it. He has a Chalice on there.
Oh, yeah. The Chalice.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't have mine right now. I don't remember what they do. I
fair.
actually have not played a Chalice in a while. I'm not counting Vintage because at that point that I had played it, it literally didn't matter. I already had Null Rod out against someone whose only way to win was an artifact.
and Nathaniel's not usually a player who will play spells in their opponent's Chalice hoping they forget their trigger. He also...
Yes, he is.
Is he?
Yes.
I've never encountered him doing that.
I mean, against people he doesn't know.
That's fair.
He's
I
not
mean,
going
he's
to do it
playing
here for
good.
the sake
Yeah,
of it.
he's not going to do it here.
All right, so Kirby's going to take that game 1 to a concession. We will... Let's hop over to the 4-color Loam sideboard.
Yeah, you
first.
want to do this together?
Yeah, let's take a look.
I'll let you mostly do this. This is your style.
Yeah. So, I mean, not knowing the differences between the deck list that we were looking at and what Nathaniel's actually playing, aside from 2 Vensers, safe bring-ins here, because with Stoneblade you're going to assume, of course you have the Stoneblade package. Like, he went for Batter Skull, he went for... Did he show any other equipment, or was it just the Batter Skull?
GT.
He did show Jet?
Yep.
Okay. Not cheating any creatures. Containment Priests probably no.
No.
Swords to Plowshares. I think keeping your Chalices to Chalice someone is more important than boarding those in.
Yes.
Thalias, there's an argument there.
Right there.
You can really tax out the cantrips if you get like an early Wasteland off.
Yeah.
So I can see bringing those two in. Golgari Charm, not much of a reason. Liliana, I personally just like Liliana Last Hope.
Liliana's
It
last
doesn't.
hope's always
It
good.
only kills Snapcaster and Click in this matchup, and I mean it does reduce the power of 0 of the other creatures mostly, but I'm not really sure. Leyline, no.
No, not Liliana.
The Assassin's Trophy, just to have another card to be able to deal with like the card kills Batterskull, which
Yeah.
Abrupt Decay can't.
Plus, we're trying it out, so I could see him bringing it in.
Yeah, I can see him just bringing it in just for the sake of it. Rexage in, you have a Green Sun package. It's
Yep.
great. The two Planeswalkers, Vengeant and Garruk Relentless. What do you think? I'm leaning towards a neither.
I don't think that's what he wants to do. I could almost see... They're both so good in grindy games, and this should be grindy games.
Mm-hmm.
But it also could be... What it really is he going to cut?
So as far as cutting, I don't think you keep Gaddock Teeg. I think that's a pretty safe cut. I mean, like, it turns off him casting Jace and Force of Will. Everything else is either being cheated through or cost less. Abrupt Decay is fine. It doesn't have... Like, the value that it has is covered by other cards, like Punishing Fire and Lily, for removal. So
And Trophy.
Yeah, and Trophy. So, like, swapping a Decay for Trophy seems fine. If you're bringing Rexage, I like the idea of keeping Green Sun, so I wouldn't cut those.
Correct.
Probably Knight. I could see cutting Knights.
It's
And
just-
Skoos doesn't have a lot of action here.
Yeah, I could, like, Skoos isn't the best here. You can occasionally use it to snipe some Snapcaster spells. But other than that, it's not doing too much.
There's also the Deluge, which I'm not... I can see a reason for him keeping it in, but
Yeah,
I'm not
he
entirely
may-
certain. I think it is a card he would cut.
Blue-White Stoneblade seems like a deck that could play True Name.
Yeah.
It probably plays True Name.
Oh, that's... Yeah. He did. He did
Yeah,
actually play one.
I think
so.
you just have to keep it.
Okay, that's fair. So yeah, maybe I could see trimming one, maybe two Knights, a Decay, and the Skoos. Bring in Rexage, Trophy, two Thalias if he decides to. If he doesn't bring in the Thalias, I think leaving the Knight and a Decay in is fine.
Yeah.
But Teague and Skoos don't seem like they are going to do very much.
Let's go on to the Stoneblade side.
Yeah. Let's see.
Ooh,
Flusterstorm. No.
I mean, no, not bring
no.
it in. It's just neat
Yeah,
to see.
yeah, I'm just thinking. Needles, probably yes, even though you can expect Kirby to be chalicing on one. Surgicals, I think like if you can stop the chalices, I think surgicals and needles are going to win this matchup.
Yes.
Path seems okay, like if you're wanting to deal with just like a problem creature. Again, if you can fight the chalice, because he does have like disenchant in his sideboard as well. Containment Priest doesn't do anything.
Nope.
Terminus.
I think it's
maybe?
too cute.
Yeah, it really depends, like, because if Loam's not going to go very heavy on creatures unless you just let it.
Yeah.
They're going to stick to Punishing Fire and trying to pressure you with the Planeswalker.
Although, if he's going to go for Chalice on one, I could see cutting some of your 1-mana removal, bringing like one in.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Gideon seems fine to keep in. I don't know what really to cut.
I don't think
In all
forces
honesty.
are that great.
It depends on what he's sideboarding. If he's bringing
Yeah.
in needles and extractions, he needs it for Chalice on one on turn one.
That's fair.
But I mean, spell snares. Oh, that's also the other thing is that we're looking at a different list. Like,
Yeah.
spell snares even here, so we're playing kind of some guesswork.
Yeah. If
I
he's
assume
playing the
Pierce's
click,
got replaced by spell snare
probably. If he's
in
playing,
preparation for trophy.
If he's playing click, I don't like click. All it's
That's fair.
really doing is a 3-1 beater.
A 3/1 that lets you peek.
Yeah.
I'm not too certain what he's going to sideboard because also we're not looking at that list.
Yeah.
So
Let's just wing it.
yeah, we'll just see what happens. Honestly, get to the match.
All right, let's see if the mic works this time for me.
Yeah.
If you can hear me, you're good to go.
Okay. All right, they can hear us.
Heck yeah.
Delta to start it for Nathaniel. Passes to Kirby. Kirby has at least one diamond.
Yeah, I see one diamond.
Wasteland.
He has
So
2 diamonds
he has
again.
2 diamonds again. Yay!
All right. Good game.
And I see a grove. I see. Okay.
Let's get rid of the wastelandable lands.
Do you have the card Force of Will? You do not. I'm going to grab this dice and make you discard a card. I'm going to discard Punishing
It's
Fire.
just the same start almost.
I don't think he shuffled.
Yeah, he drew the
Still,
diamond.
like,
it's just funny.
the only card different is he has a Bayou instead of a Tranquil Thicket, and now his hand is a Grove instead of another diamond.
Like, this was just the perfect 8 cards.
That's so pretty, though.
It is.
I believe he has finished foiling the deck, aside from the new card, of course.
I do appreciate a good foil. Well, yeah, like...
So,
Okay, we
Batterskull
don't have it
discarded.
yet.
Island fetched. I assume... Fetch land, he has a Spell Snare for this turn.
He also has access to Brainstorm if Kirby just,
Brainstorm,
like,
and I believe
does
he also has a
nothing.
Council's Judgment. It seems.
Yeah, so he's probably going to be working towards his Council's Judgment
Yeah,
to
he's-
get rid of the Liliana.
Now, do you Brainstorm here to hide away the good cards? I just discard Spell Snare.
That's a good question.
That is a really good question, actually. So,
He probably just forgot.
that might actually punish him here in a couple turns when Nathaniel gets to Council's Judgment, getting rid of the Liliana, and Kirby has no backup except for a Punishing Fire in his graveyard. He could have activated Grove to pick up Punishing Fire and discard the Lily, as Sean said from the background.
Yep.
So here's his 3 mana, and
Cast
this is-
Council Judgment.
if he
and-
doesn't cast Council's Judgment here, I'm going to kind of lose my shit. Okay.
Yeah, like, what else is he going to do?
I wonder what we vote for. Not a Mox Diamond. Great.
I think you should vote for
Well
Mox
done.
Diamond.
Wasteland your land. Okay. Pick up this thing. Hit you for 1. Wee. The speed of farts. Keeps card in hand, so it could be one of his 4 mana planeswalkers he picked up. It could also be
He's
a
just,
trophy or like some instant spell that he wants to keep up.
yeah, like, might as well just keep up the P-Fire.
Nathaniel gains 1, loses a Stoneforge after picking up Jet.
Shit.
Ah, Jet. Verdant Catacombs for turn and pass. Skill, yes. Kirby has the skill of drawing 6 of the 7 cards he had the last turn. There's the decay.
Ooh.
Alright.
Foil Decay.
Yeah.
Sierra Mana Culture.
Now the question is it a Modern Masters one or is it an original Ravnica? The Ravnica one looks way better.
I saw a watermark.
So it's Masters. You cheap bastard.
Ravnica has watermark. Don't it?
Oh yeah, because they're all guild cards. I am good at this game. I don't pay attention, man. I just pull cards.
That's fair. I just look at them.
Yeah, if you buy cards from us, I'm one of the people who pulls orders.
It's going to be Masters.
So at some point, I've probably touched your stuff. Touchy, touchy.
Oh, a Bob.
Oh, look, a Bob.
Good old
What do you
Skrillex.
want to bet? In the top 3 cards, there's another Bob.
It's a skill. Ravnica's too expensive. Yeah, I could
Alright.
see that.
So
Original
I
printings
believe he
are
has
much
a
more.
Snapcast. No, he has a Venser in hand. God, it is so hard. I keep tilting my head. Did you see the video I posted for
No.
our group? It was a headset that someone had designed that, like, at different angles you bend your head to different keybinds. So, like, someone was tilting their head, and in PUBG it, like, tilted to the right.
Neat.
And I was like, oh, the commentators need this, because, like, all the time we're just, like, leaning to
Like,
try and read
what
people's cards.
That's fine. We all just need to get more used to playing on the camera.
Yeah.
It's also a weird angle to let the camera see your cards, but also not let your opponent see your cards.
Yeah. So, holding up Venser here probably just to return a spell. Sure, we take that
Just
stone.
gonna P-Fire. Ooh,
That's a really good one.
that is a very good one.
I'll take one.
And
And
you
it
do a
is
Chalice.
a Chalice and a Green Sun. I like deploying the Chalice here.
What do you deploy it on? One?
Just
Start
one,
off as
yes.
removal in
You
his
want
cantrips?
to protect this Bob to
Okay.
draw more cards.
I can see that.
If Nathaniel has Venser, he'll just replay the Gems.
End step, Venser, bounce Chalice. If there is a play here. Other card is Jace, so this setup makes
What about
sense.
Venture Bounce Bob? Just start getting through.
I mean,
Hope-
yeah,
hope
it
to
cuts
draw
off
something.
it cuts off one more card on his turn, especially if like he has no reason to remove that Chalice right now, which he did not.
He's just... Oh.
Drew a true name. So Jason hand for Nathaniel.
Nathaniel
Fairly
is-
aggressive board coming up.
Yes.
P-Fire return to hand. Draw for turn.
Venture is a 2/2?
Mazavith does not work on a card that says protection from everything on your side of the board.
Correct.
So,
Is that a From the Vault Maze? I'm disappointed.
why not? Oh, yeah. I mean, the foils for...
Well, yeah, I get that. But
Yeah.
It's From the Vault foiling.
I personally don't like the From the Vaults either, although my Dark Depths is From the Vaults.
I mean, I'll
'cause
play them.
I had bought it just before the reprint,
Yeah.
so the From the Vault one was the cheaper one.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. They're usually cheaper. This is From the Vault
Or wait.
foiling. Jace Brainstorm here.
Yeah.
Get some card
Or
advantage.
not reprint. What was it that... Was it printed in From the Vault twice?
Which one?
Because Dark Depths was in... Which From the Vault? I should know
The
this.
Lands
I
one
own
was
it.
Realms,
Was it
I
Realms?
think?
What was in Lore? Something in Lore changed, made the price get affected, didn't it?
I don't know, man. I don't care about From the Vault.
I don't know. Let's play a game.
I play cards.
Alright, Jace has been deployed, brainstormed. Pitched a cycling land, attack Jace for 2. Hand is still Green Sun plus something. Alright.
Just gonna deal
That's
with
a good-
Jace.
That's a great play. What's that other card in hand?
In Kirby's hand? I
Mhm.
did not quite catch it. It's Green Sun, something else.
So,
Nathaniel fetching, getting rid of the bad cards you put on top.
yeah. Unfortunately, this true name is going to present a much faster clock than hitting you for 1 each turn and then swinging with Bob.
It
if
does
the coast
win
is
the
clear.
race.
Yeah. When you're
Just
already down by
gonna
5, it does
deploy
not.
another one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
he plays back to basics. That's good to know.
Hmm. Fact.
Yeah, he does allow it to resolve. What else is he gonna do?
Hey, look at me. Bob gives me my lands.
So now Kirby's in an even worse position.
Yep.
He started off very strong.
Oh yeah, it was from the Vault Lore. That's where I got it from. I was going to buy a non-foil, and then they printed it in Lore. That's why.
Yeah.
What was the one? Oh, I had Ancient Tombs from Realms. That's
there
what
you
it was.
go.
That was the land I had from that
Figured it out.
horrible looking set. Punishing Fire hits Stoneforge. Attack for 2. This is not good.
Trying to think of how different this would be if Kirby had just kept the Liliana.
Very different.
Yeah.
Nathaniel would have been down the... What was he holding? Was he holding the Jace was when he was at 1 card? So he would have either had the Venser or the Jace in hand.
Yeah.
And not both.
Correct.
So, 2 mana from Nathaniel. Possibly Snapcaster. Council's Judgment? Yes.
Yeah, seems fine. Just start getting rid of his cards.
Yeah. There would be an argument for hitting a Mox.
If he had 1, I could see hitting a Mox, but having 2, I
Yeah.
don't think it's worth it. Because he's already played a basic as well.
He drew the Toxic Deluge.
It's
And now next turn he has the setup of going to Green Sun for for Rek'Sage to blow it back to basics.
Yeah.
Is an opportunity. Or he can go get a Knight and just start beating that face.
Yeah, like, Knight feels pretty safe. You got a Shyloss on 1.
You
You can't
draw
spot remove it.
Scavenging Ooze, it looks like.
Yes. I believe that's the promo Scoos.
It actually looks a little bit like Assassin's Trophy.
I can see that.
Yep, Rek'Sage blowing that up. Give me my mana back, sir.
And then just, like, not only blowing up the back basics is great, but just having a body to start putting pressure on him,
Mhm.
even better.
Yep. A 2-power threat is still a threat,
Mm-hmm.
albeit a little slow.
It is a little slow, but most of your threats are pretty slow, except
Right.
Knight.
Pickup was Mails.
That's an Assassin's Trophy.
Okay, that's the trophy. Okay.
It looked like Maelstrom Pulse, but then I saw the...
It's hard to tell with all these shiny cards.
It had the new
I just get mesmerized by the glitter finish.
That's fair.
Attack for 2, play Discoos, and pass.
Yep, just hold up this removal.
Also have access to 2 Punishing Fires with 2 Groves. I would not be surprised if he actually just picks both of them up.
He's gonna start eating... Yeah, eat some creatures, make this clock faster.
Well, also, prevent dying from a true name in 2 turns.
Yes.
Because if the list that Nathaniel's playing is anything like the one that he's given us to look at, there were 3 true names in that list. So I assume there are at least 2 in his.
Now, do we eat more things, or do we get these P-Fires back?
I like getting the P-Fires, in case there's something sneaky like another Snapcaster or, what's it called? Fencer?
Yeah.
Just to keep your opponent off of as many cards as possible. I can also see argument for eating one and just getting 1 P-Fire back.
That's fair.
He opts to just get 1 P-Fire and not let Nathaniel get another life, which is fine.
Yeah, like he just wants to not...
Well, his
let him
clock
gain
at this point is... Like, there's a point where the math works out. I can't add fast enough because he's just eating more things.
The 1 extra life would not matter. He currently has a 3-turn clock anyway.
Well, there's a point where he can make a 2-turn clock
Well, yeah,
without
'cause he
giving
can start
Nathaniel any
eating
more life.
things. That's fair.
So, which I believe this is where it is. Cause
Yeah.
he's
He has just turned
a
it into
2-point
2-turn
swing
clock.
protecting one of his creatures. Swings for 9. Go down to 6.
Alright, let's see this Terminus off the top.
That's possible.
It wasn't it? Do the Disenchant. Get rid of the
Disenchant.
Chalice.
Ooh.
Looks like he has some cantrips cast in hand. Try to find some removal.
Yeah. This could be where we see a Terminus setup as well. Now that he has that mana open.
Well, he's shuffling,
Now,
so it's much harder.
if Nathaniel's mana base is the same, that Assassin's Trophy actually deletes white mana. Because the list that was, again,
Yeah.
don't know for sure, but there were only 2 planes in that list that was given.
I don't see a reason to play more than 2.
And so you
Thanos
can
is
see.
stupid. Yep.
So,
He has nothing.
there's a 2-0 for Kirby. I forgot to update the score. I apologize.
It's 'cause I didn't
It's
remind
so bad. Every time I've commentated before, someone else is doing the score, and
Yeah,
I
it's
poke
fair.
them, so that's whatever.
Corey and Alex, right now, real quick to Subway.
Okay.
I know playing it.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Go back to the matchups.
Tensions.
So Kirby is going to take a back seat until round 6. We have Sean be sitting on the right side with 10 fins, and Nathaniel staying with Stoneblade. Let's go ahead and jump over to
10 fannies.
10 fins. Yes. I would go back to Stoneblade, but the list isn't correct, so we'll just we'll let it fly. We've seen most of what's different.
Yeah.
So. Here is 10 fins. Do we see anything new? There's some Silent Gravestone.
There's a
Standard
Dark
card.
Depths.
There
His
is a Dark Depths.
Living
So
Wish Dark Depths.
I learned 30, 40 minutes ago,
Uh-huh.
45 minutes ago, that because I'm not familiar with Matt Nass's build,
Uh-huh.
but apparently that's the thing that he's been doing is he's been playing a Dark Depths combo in 10 fins, and Sean was saying that it's kind of neat because the deck is a lot more consistent this way,
Okay.
because the turns where you combo off are a little more rigid in terms of what your sequencing is. I don't remember the numbers he said, but it was basically put a Grizzlebrain in, you draw twice, crack your dude, draw double, and at that point you're winning.
Yeah.
Silent Gravestone seems hilarious because it is essentially a colorless ground seal. You can pop it to exile graveyards, but I don't think that's what it's in the sideboard for. I think it's just to protect yours.
Yeah.
There is a Sylvan Safekeeper, which is actually a card I've played in Maverick before. That card is... let me make sure I read it correctly.
Sack the land, give it a dude hexproof?
Shroud.
Shroud. Ooh,
So,
that's close.
oops. Did that open a new window? I don't know.
It, I don't know. Let's not mess with these.
It's right there. So, that is actually a card I can see coming in this matchup.
Mhm.
Anything else? There's Loyal Retainers as well.
I don't even know what that card does.
I believe that card is... I'll just click on that one too. Sacrifice Loyal Retainers. Return target legendary creature card from your grave to the battlefield. Activate this only during your turn before attackers are declared.
Okay, it's just a reanimate effect.
Yes. Only for legendaries and only during...
It's Goryo's on a creature, but
first,
you don't have to get rid of
or
it.
Not even first main, but just before your combat step.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is another way to reanimate with that. I just closed someone's deck list on here.
Aw, you closed a deck list.
It's fine. The only one that had a new card was Kirby, so we're good. Which we're just going to leave that card up there.
Okay.
Living Wishes to go get your creatures out of the sideboard. So
or
your
your
main-
Dark Depths.
Or your Dark Depths.
Or Caracas or Thespians.
Yeah, because it gets land and creature, correct?
Land or creature.
Yep.
I'm playing it.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you did play it.
Yep.
I hate you. The rest of the deck seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah, he's just going to try to combo
Sean
as
is
early
screaming.
as possible.
We'll go ahead and swap it over. There's not much to talk about anymore.
Go.
Apparently you have Nathaniel's deck list on a different tab. The actual deck list with that certain selection.
Thank you.
Cool, it doesn't matter because I don't.
That's
know
probably
I
the
don't know
tab we
how to put it
closed.
in the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting there. If I find it, here it is. So, Stoneblade and Sean. Caps Lock is on. Caps Lock is cruise control for cool dudes. It's actually my auto run button
Hell yeah.
for the various games I play.
Sean
'Cause
taking a
it's
mulligan.
right there.
He did not like his hand. Probably didn't combo on one.
Probably not. No. What? The speed of smell.
Hello, Kirby.
So I described your deck as going off at the speed of a fart, because like you're there, you're everywhere, but your clock is 1 damage a turn.
Just matters that my opponents can't do anything.
Right. Yeah.
Alright, that looks like a hand.
So, oh, we're getting started. All right. Tundra and pass, holding up swords, plowshares, Urborg.
Urborg. He's got a children,
We won't see that until he starts to
an
turn the wheels.
unmask.
No Cabal, or he has a Cabal Therapy as well. Not firing that off just yet.
I believe Shallow Grave, maybe? I'm not familiar enough with Art of Shallow Grave. And I don't know which specific art of Dark Ritual he's playing.
Those are either Shallow Graves or Reanimates.
Okay.
So functionally the same card that he needs. Actually, no, they might be on Tombs. I'm sorry. Reanimate is much brighter. Dark Depths. 2 dice. I got really triggered the other night when someone put 6 and 4 and not 5 and 5. I told them to change it.
It's giving me a stroke.
Just put 5s.
Still trying to figure out his hand. Well, that's a therapy.
Yeah.
Therapy Unmasked Children. I got that
It
one.
might be 2 therapies actually. Dark Ritual.
Yeah, it's a bunch of black cards. They probably do just about the same thing.
So I believe it's Entomb, Dark Ritual, Unmask, Children, Therapy, and then a duplicate of one of those black spells.
Okay. Yeah, tap that Dark Depths.
Look at me go. So it is important that he actually says he's targeting Nathaniel. Cause
Correct. He can
he
target
will
himself.
target himself. Pitch like Grizzlebrand and reanimate it. I have seen it many times.
Oh, yeah.
Force Will pitching, Snapcaster.
I've
takes
played
Nathaniel
enough
down to
oops
19.
and targeted myself with
Oh
all
yeah,
therapies.
yeah, you know. You know the sauce.
It happens. It's a sauce.
You gotta get lost in the sauce. Sean's still thinking. He could ritual and attempt to go off now.
So it's possible he might want to unmask.
He could also fetch, play the children, and flashback therapy. It's very narrow, but it is an option. Just passes. Nathaniel picked up a land. End step and tomb. Put in G Breezy.
As the deck does.
Yes.
This is kind of what it does.
Yes.
Put in a Grizzlebrand, draw most of your deck, and win.
I know I tell this story a lot to you guys, but the stream may not have heard it. So I played the Team Baltimore Open last year with Sean French as the legacy player.
Mhm.
I had to play Standard instead of Modern because Nathaniel decided he wanted to play with a different team,
Oh,
the losing team.
what a jerk.
So we had Tim sit in Modern, and I played Standard and was miserable almost the entire weekend.
Mhm.
Until round 9, we had a feature match against Adam Yurchik. I was against Adam Yurchik. I don't remember who the modern player was, and then Sean had to play Ben Friedman.
Oh, okay.
Ben Freeman assumed that he was on Miracles. Was not. I beat Adam Yurchik within like 5-10 minutes. Look down the table. Sean's deck is turned upside down. His Emrakul and all of his ritual spells are just laid out on the table.
Okay.
And so I'm just like excited, like pounding on the table, like, we won. We can just get up now. Unmask from Sean.
Looking for interaction.
I'll bring up that card real quick just to make sure I say what it does correctly.
It's a...
You may exile a black card from your hand, so like Force of Will, rather than pay its cost. Target player reveals their hand. You may choose a non-land card from it they discard.
Yeah. It's a thought seize that you can cast by exiling a black card from
Instead
your hand.
of, yeah. For free.
Yeah.
So Venser, Force of Will, Swords, Snapcaster.
I think otherwise it's like 4 mana. I think it's 3 in a black.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
4. So Sean's hand is, I think, Shallow Grave, another Entomb, and Children.
I believe so.
So fetch for land, get Children, Shallow Grave, Grizzle. See if he does it or not.
Okay, so yeah, he took the Force of Will.
Yeah.
Nathaniel has a Venture to interact, and Sean's just gonna try to... Oh, he's gonna therapy him.
Okay.
Okay, he's just gonna take all of his interaction.
Well, he can't take all of it, because there is a Snapcaster in the mix. So even if he takes a removal spell, it would still get cast,
That's fair.
should he decide to go off.
Yeah, but he can go try to go off. I believe 10 fins can go off at instant speed.
It can.
Yeah.
The problem I see is that there is no Emrakul.
Oh,
So he,
yeah.
he just has 3 Grizzlebrands and then Hexmazers. He can try to go off, draw into a Hexmage, and make a 20-20.
Mm-hmm.
And then just be like, yeah, come on. Swords my dude, I'll gain 20 with Grizzlebrands in my deck. That seems
Yeah.
great. I'm not sure what he's going to do here. I believe he's going to attempt to put Grizzlebrand in play and just draw. He's an Entomb. I guess we go get a Hexmage so we have options.
Yeah, probably. Or just like, oh,
Oh,
Unbearable
I did not
Cards.
catch that on his list. Silly me. Where is that?
it's underneath the Living Wishes.
Oh, it's in front of Living Wishes. I am blind. So
It's like-
he Dark Rituals and just, yeah, reanimate my Grizzlebrand normally.
God, I hate that art of Dark Ritual. I am a Marcadian Masks.
Yes, as Sean has said, my favorite card. It is not. I mean, y'all have seen that I've had to deal with it very too often.
Yeah.
Sean loses 7, attempts to draw. Swords in response.
And he's gonna draw.
He's going to draw
in
7
response.
again. I have 14 cards. Let's draw some Lotus Petals and just do it again. Yeah, there is actually no Emrakul in his entire 75.
Yeah, I remember he used to be on that plan.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the typical
Yeah.
thing is you have the 1 Emrakul and 4 Grizzles.
I mean, this is not a typical deck.
Right, it's NASA's build. So, another Grizzlebrand. I saw a Shallow Grave, so there's probably going to be a combat set for 7. I don't know if there's anything to get more damage. He has no way to make a Depths token and give it haste, so we've definitely got mana for days though.
Yes.
And I don't think he's played a land this turn.
No.
There's also 3 Thespian stages. He can deploy one of those, make the 20-20. Now that the Swords is down, Snapcaster is exiled. Or no, he has.
I think he
he
has a Snapcaster in hand.
I thought it was. The Venser's in play. Yeah, the
So
other
remember-
card is Snap, so
Yeah.
he makes him discard it.
Yeah,
First.
he has a Thoughtseize here.
Thoughtseize,
Yeah.
play stage, make 20-20 go. You do it on their turn because you don't care.
Yeah.
He can also discard Grizzlebrand and reanimate it, swing for 7 if he really wanted to.
Okay.
There's a lot of options.
Yeah.
A lot of things you
Options
can
the
do.
deck.
But the plan is always the same.
He
Alright,
just has a Hexmage.
yep. With 4 mana open if needed. He has an Exhume, I believe is what that card is. Yeah. Deck plays 4 Exhume.
Yeah.
So we just pass.
Do you instep Swords? Nah, I just leave it. and I suppose just hope to draw some interaction. And like,
Incoming Jerry Thompson.
yep,
It's a deck box. It's a boomstick.
it's my boomstick.
Nathaniel's dead.
Yes.
All right, so that's game 1 for Sean. It's this one.
No, probably. Yep.
Yeah, I'm learning.
All right.
I'm
Looks like
becoming
on,
self-aware.
10 pin side.
10 fins. And then I will see if I can figure out the deck list for him. All right. You want to go over this since you're familiar with the style of deck, so.
A little bit. So, I do somewhat like the Sylvan Safekeeper. Just trying to protect your Griselbrands and your 2020 seem fine.
I'd like to read what this card does.
Yeah, I was about to ask about that.
Can't be targeted. So I don't think Nathaniel has ways to target the cards. If anything, it's going to be what, Rest in Peace, you think?
He could maybe be playing Surgicals.
That's true. So then, yeah, those are probably a safe bring.
This does not.
I do like Surgical more with Snapcaster.
Yeah,
So.
this doesn't really seem like a Loyal Retainers matchup. Plus,
Well,
he has access to Living Wish.
You're playing Wish, so like
Yeah.
all of your creatures and lands stay on your sideboard.
Yeah,
So like,
like-
if he brings anything in, it's the Silent Gravestones.
Yeah,
And I mean, if he wants to see, I don't know. I mean, like maybe Needles and Gravestones, if anything, and then whatever he puts on the sideboard is just more stuff he can wish for.
yeah.
So there's not really.
I almost just like leaving the main board the same. It's very like
I mean,
redundant.
it's yeah. It comes down to do you want Gravestone or Needle?
Yeah.
Needle, I don't think you need
it's
at
like,
all.
what could we really cut other than
That's the thing is you
This
just
on
you
Burial
go down to
Rites.
like one Hex Mage in the main.
Yeah.
Bring in Gravestones or something along those lines, or maybe cut a discard card.
Yeah, and he's up a game. I could see just not bringing anything in. See what Nathaniel brought in.
Yeah, he could also take down his Depths and then just be like, "I'll Living Wish for them. I don't care."
Yeah.
like he has a lot of options for what he wants to lower the consistency of without actually ruling out entirely, which
Yeah.
is it's really neat. I really like decks like that where they can alter their strategy, not necessarily sideboard into a different deck, but they have the option to reduce the option of something to bring in more.
Mhm.
So, so I don't. You were saying his Stoneblade deck was where? I'm not going for it.
It was probably that tab you accidentally closed.
No, no, because it was open when I had it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and let them fight. Sean's impatient.
Sean is impatient. Yeah, you good.
You good, dog?
You Gucci.
Don't ever say that again.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave. Sorry.
I've actually like. I won't get into it.
I just say that way too much.
Let's just
'cause
say I'm not gonna say swag ever again, and like
Oh, that's
trying to be like, yeah.
I would
Th-
ask
those
you
were,
to
those
leave.
were, those were college days. We're done
Oh, yeah.
there. Whatever. Nathaniel mulliganing or hadn't drawn a 7 yet.
It's a
He's
mulligan.
mulliganing. He's scrying. Sean is happy with his 7.
Yeah.
Yep, there's a gravestone. So there was something moved to sideboard. I assume depths.
Yeah. Just trim on some of his things. You
Yeah.
don't really want to cut anything.
Not touch my stuff, please. No Force of Will in hand. And no. Oh, it's all graveyards. Oh no.
What?
Oh no, Charles.
I need to actually read cards.
I even pulled it up to look at it too. So, I mean, that's my fault. I'm dumb. Hey, look, I found the stage. I don't think he has a Depths in hand though, or a Wish.
No, he has a Hex Mage though.
That's neat.
He has double E LED.
I don't think he cares anymore.
Nah. Put this Grizzle.
There is a
in.
Containment Priest in Nathaniel's hand though.
Oh. Let's see if we can, Nathaniel's gonna get him with it.
We will see. Sean's probably feeling so confident, like, I got this gravestone. Just like, I'm going to flash in this bear from a commander deck.
Ooh, another Hex Mage.
Neat. You know what else happens? Hexmage kills Jace.
Correct. He removes counters from things.
And that random Gideon, assuming that that's actually still in there. We haven't seen it, so I don't have a reason to believe.
I mean, I think I like the Gideon.
I like it. I hope it's in there.
You just
but,
emblem, and then they have to deal with the Gideon.
well, like, also a lot of these legacy decks have, like, especially the combo ones that rely a lot around, like, Grizzlebrand or something, they only have one threat.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're not cheating in with haste, like, you just sit there and, like, well, don't stop.
Yeah.
Don't do anything. I mean, like, Emrakul is just like, cool, I'm going to make you lose 6 permanents.
Yeah.
But
It's not good against Emrakul.
Yeah.
But it gets good against Grizzlebrand.
it's good against, like,
Merit
actual
Lage.
just Reanimator. Shallow Grave Attempt. Fetch for Tundra. Deploy the Burr. Nice standard artifact card.
We standard, boys.
I wonder if that'd be good in Modern. So,
Silent Gravestone?
yeah, so, like, gears are turning, and I just have Gitrog stuck in my head, and I'm like, man, if people could stop exiling the cards in my graveyard, it'd be great. It's bad interaction with Skoos, but if I can shut off, like, these blue-white control player Snapcasters with
That's fair.
10 main deck discard cards, like,
Yeah.
that seems great for me.
I mean, I can almost see it.
14 if you count Lilies.
Most other players, their graveyard hates generally like ley lines or rest in pieces, though.
Yeah,
There's-
it's just, it's, I didn't realize it was all graveyards. That actually makes this card seem way better.
Although,
Hexmage in second,
I
this
believe
stage.
chess guy players are on surgicals a lot of the time right now instead of rest in
Didn't
pieces.
Sean already play land? Okay.
No.
Oh, Nathaniel just missed one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, the good old tap.
Click. I believe the call was all block. He ain't about that life.
I mean, it seems like a
Attack for 2. Play not actual Thalia in black.
because you know,
2-1 first strike.
yeah, it's,
I got Thalia's too.
Hexmage has first strike for some reason.
Yeah, you'd think it'd have like hexproof
Yeah,
or something like I don't something
Or
that interacts
like
with that, or not shroud.
lifelink because it's a vampire.
or death touch,
Or
or,
a death
or like any of these other things that make sense for a vampire to have.
Yeah.
Swords to Plowshares on 1 Hexmage.
Ooh, got him.
Sack remove counters from target permanent. Neat. Life total's moving though.
Yeah.
Fetches, swings for 2.
Ooh.
The lower he can get Sean, the less threatening a Grizzlebrand can be.
I want to see
Without a
this lab
children.
man do some work. What do you think the chances of that happening are?
It goes back to that life total thing where can Sean get a children in the graveyard when he gets an Emrakul?
Yeah, that's fair.
Although I think the plan is to try and get depths. Like if he draws a wish, but I don't think he did.
That's like lab
Still
man too
2
much.
LEDs and what's the third card? I know I'm turning my head. Please stop. Looks like a ritual.
Dark Writ, probably.
Yeah, appears to be ritual.
It's a bad art of Dark Writ. Who cares?
I like it more than some.
Yeah, Marcadian Masks. The
Okay.
eyeball.
Ooh.
Oh, we activating. Oh, he just wants to draw a card. And like, yeah, I can shut off future Snapcasters from some of the good spells. In the
I guess. Yeah.
Graveyard.
It does remove a Hexmage and a Grizzlebrand from his deck, though, which... And did he draw...
Yeah, he drew a card.
No, did he draw a Reanimate spell?
Oh, he drew a Grizzlebrand.
Oh, okay. Well, he drew 2 cards. Was the other one a Reanimate spell? Because I really just want to laugh at that.
I didn't pay attention.
Damn it. Thespian Stage is now by you, so he has access to 2 green.
Bye, you.
Reminds me of I played against a 12-host player in the Classic that I top 32'd.
12 post.
I actually turned my Thespian Stage into a basic Plains to blank a Wasteland.
I mean, that's fair.
The guy didn't realize I could do that.
Okay.
He just because like he's also playing Thespian Stage with Dark Depths in his deck, and he's
Yeah.
just like, oh, this doesn't always turn into a Dark Depths. Like, no, it's a basic Plains with this ability. Because that was the other thing is like it does keep that ability, so you can
Yeah.
just do that to protect it from Wastelands if you don't have your Depths yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very very tricky interaction. Although he doesn't have to worry about it in this matchup.
Like,
Now with you have Wastelands, right?
nope. Not enough room.
Really?
Yup.
Okay. Oh yeah, you have to play a tower.
Yeah, I have to play tower.
True name.
Well, Sean was winning the race.
Not much longer. He needs to put a Grizzlebrand into play this turn, or make a 2020.
Yeah, he's been drawing a lot of cards, so he's just been accumulating some resources.
Yeah. Looks like double ritual.
Double ritual, double LED, a Grizzlebrand. Some cards I don't know.
Yep.
Maybe
he-
an unmask.
Because he actually can't even reanimate either, because this bear,
Yeah.
white bear. This is not looking. I mean, he can cast the Grizzlebrand easily.
He's gonna entomb.
I'm not sure what for.
Oh,
Ah,
he's gonna try to see what's up.
Therpy. What do we name? I believe he has both Flusterstorm and Force of Will with blue card in his hand. Might be a second Force of Will.
So let's see.
So he can play Ritual.
Entomb Therapy. So this is pay 3 to count to, or it's countered.
Yes. So he can Ritual to do it, but then he only has 5 mana left. I think you let it go, but the problem is that, I mean, we have the information that he has a Force of Will.
Yeah.
So your G-Daddy is not going to resolve unless you magically play another discard spell. Because he does have LEDs, but that doesn't help.
He's paying.
I mean, this lets him go off one more turn, but 5 plus 3. Well, he's not dead, but
Double fluster, a
so
surgical.
two
a
more
swords,
flusters and a surgical.
and a swords and a Venser. He doesn't have access to Venser though.
What? You're leaning on my cable. Let me get this up here.
It's hard not to. I'm a big boy.
We both big boys, but we got big table.
I didn't
I
catch
believe
you
that
on.
was a concede from Sean,
Probably.
since they're shuffling for game 3. So
Yep.
we will update the dingy. Game 3, 10 fins on the plate is not somewhere, as the opponent, you don't want to be there.
No. 10
You were giving, I mean, granted, like we discussed before, Sean's sideboard is I get to pick the cards that I want actually in my main deck versus sideboard and still be able to wish for all of my stuff if I need to.
Yes.
So it's actually a little more terrifying because you're basically just playing a sideboard of game 1 with them on the play, which is I never want to play against this deck if I can avoid it. It's more terrifying than other things.
Oh, yeah, that's terrifying. That's why I'm biting the bullet this time. Mm-hmm. Although, like,
You have a much better game against it.
if he doesn't turn 1 or 2 me, I have, like, a pretty decent game. I just, like, get a Dovescape and hope he doesn't 20-20 me.
But you can just Ugin -0.
Yeah, it's fine. I have to get the Ugin and the Dovescape.
You don't have to get the Dovescape.
It stops him.
You give him birds.
Yeah, it's fine.
He has therapy. I don't know.
I don't know.
Which
We're just
sack
gonna-
a bird, make bird.
I'm just gonna see what happens and lose. On
That's
turn
fair.
1, 2 games in a row.
Yeah. There's the depths, an exhume,
Some spells.
a therapy, a lot of lands. LED.
LED,
yeah.
Polluted Delta.
He has a lot of mana and not really much else. Nathaniel, I see Swords of Plowshares. I didn't get a look at the bottom half. 4 lands probably.
Yeah, I think he had a large amount of lands.
So both land heavy. Nathaniel has 1 interaction piece. If Sean goes for Dark Depths, that does give him 20 more life to play with, which
What's the CMC on Shallow Grave?
shall we have 2?
He has a spell snare.
Oh, he does. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't get a good look at his hand.
it looked like a spell
I'm mostly looking over at Sean's.
snare. Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, that is a Living Wish. I do see a green card.
Yep.
So
Both players
actually,
look
really good hand for Sean then, because he can go get a stage. Right? He does have a stage in his sideboard.
yes. There should be a stage in the sideboard. Yep.
Yep, up at the top.
Stage, Caracas, Dark Depths.
Probably won't see the Caracas. Click, Swords, Ponder, Spell Snare.
I mean, he has some interaction.
Named Force Will, I assume.
And he has a clock that can also try to disrupt his opponent.
Yep.
Hand's not amazing.
Picked up
but it's
Thoughtseize
playable.
for turn. Probably lead with Thoughtseize.
Probably
Look
just
at the
lead with
last
Thoughtseize.
card. Take a single, nab a double. It's probably the one he's thinking. There's also no hard counter if he avoids a 2-drop.
Mhm.
So, like, Entombment to Reanimate's also an option if he had those cards. Picked up
Snapcaster.
Snap. So, no 2-for-1 with Therapy, but,
Gonna take a snare.
yep, just pass turn. Now, given that we saw Flusterstorm last turn, or last game, I don't know if holding on to LED is beneficial in any way.
No.
It'll actually just hurt him later if he decides to play it.
Yeah, and especially because now he's not. I remember at one time Sean was on like a Tendrils in the deck for a win condition.
Yeah.
So like Storm doesn't matter for his deck anymore. So
Well, so LED, he can do a turn where he like has LED out. Tap his mana, cast Living Wish, crack LED in response, discard. What? Oh. Okay, I got it.
gosh, Connor.
Sorry, I forgot to change what round it was. My bad, guys. He can Living Wish, pick up Thespian Stage, play Depths for turn, crack, make his 20/20.
Yeah.
So I guess that is a reason to keep LEDs in, because it is your 2 mana afterwards.
Looks like he's thinking about Grizzlebrand.
I mean, it worked out last time, even though he lost the Grizzlebrand. Like, he drew 14,
Yeah.
and with an LED, like, he has mana to do other things if he wants.
Yeah,
But-
like even if Nathaniel stops the Grizzlebrand, he's still drawing so many cards off of it. He can just, set up for next turn.
Yeah. So Karakas pretty much shuts off Dark Depths. I'm not sure. I mean, you can put both out and make him have to answer both, but
Yeah.
either's a feel bad.
Sean is in the tank.
Plays LED. So Grizzle, Shallow Grave, and
Probably just clicking here. Yep.
oh, he has double Exhume. I can't tell what the card is. Ah, so this is the trick of
Ooh. I have nothing. Your turn.
yeah. So he's able to do that by using LED as mana for the spell while you're casting, which then discards his hand, and he can choose the target. I think is how that works. It's the same trick with the.
Grave doesn't target, does it? Grave is top card.
Oh, that's right. It does say top card.
Mm-hmm.
Neat. Fetch trying to thin the deck. Did Nathaniel use the click on himself? I wasn't looking.
I
to
didn't pay
filter a
attention
card.
who he clicked.
I think he
know
did.
It was cast. It was cast, and then Sean was upset.
Ooh, re-clicking. Yeah, he's filtering his cards.
Yeah.
Sean was upset. Yeah,
Well, yeah, because he didn't get to win.
he gets sad. Oh look, pedal. Does it resolve? Cool. Oh, that was a Unburial Rites.
Yes, he entombed for it.
Neat.
Some burial rates.
I
is
missed
neat.
that. I missed a lot of things. I feel bad. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
But that's so bad. Hey, look. The combo player has a full hand again. Isn't this exciting?
It's very scary.
He's also at 4.
He is a 4. And there's a click and play.
So bouncing Grizzlebrand putting you to 1 doesn't seem very enticing.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. He's tapped out. He gets to unmask.
See what's up.
Hey, look,
Lands.
lands.
Alright. There's a time to win.
So
Sean.
Nathaniel was actually putting relevant cards away and picking up lands with click. That doesn't feel good.
I mean, you can't put the lands back.
Yeah. Nathaniel can also make a play of leaving click up if Sean just attacks the Grizzle. Block, return to hand, replay, check Sean's hand for any other interaction. I'm not sure if that's worth doing, because I think just putting Grizzlebrand back in his hand is fine.
Yeah, like, no, he's gonna do what you said.
I like the idea of putting Sean to 1 just to limit his actions.
Yeah, he's gotta try to win the game.
Yeah. Because then what's the worst he's going to do? He's going to put a Grizzlebrand into play, and then you just bounce it.
Yeah.
And kill him again. I mean, there's reason to be like, well, he could Shallow Grave it in, and it has haste, and then he actually gets through.
That's fair.
But I don't know if putting away that Swords to Plowshares, even if it was known information, was a good idea.
So Sean's hand is, I'm assuming that's Children.
No, that's another Gravestone.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
It looks white.
It has the fire on the left side of the art.
You're right.
So
Gravestone, Unmask.
might be 2 unmasks. I think one of the cards further back is an unmask.
It is not.
Okay.
He had cast
Looks
one.
like Entomb. Oh, so with it not targeting, that makes sense, because Shallow Grave just grabs the top card.
Mm-hmm.
Gets through your own interaction. Grizzlebrand takes a bounce.
And that's a reason to not play. Yeah, he is not
Yeah,
playing
he has-
any Reanimates.
Yeah, he has...
He's playing Exhumes, Shallow Graves.
That's cute. It's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. So, Sean should be at 1 with that attack. And to another Grizzlebrand. Hope you have a counterspell, buddy. You can just bounce it too.
It is in his hand.
So now, if he has another reanimate effect, he can just, well, yeah, he can play the
Shallow
Dark
Grave.
Depths as a second ability, but he can unmask himself, put it in the graveyard if he had another reanimate spell.
Alright, that about wraps it up.
All right,
And
So
I believe
two-
I am next playing
2-1
against
for
Sean.
Stoneblade. Yep.
That's going to be fun. I'm
And then-
looking forward to it.
Nathaniel will be joining. Let's go ahead and get you in here. Alright, so next up we have Michael going in with Rector Fit versus Sean on 10 fins. Nathaniel will be joining me shortly. Round 1 was Sean doing Sean thing. Or, I'm sorry, round 1 was Stoneblade and Loam. Game 1 was Sean doing Sean thing in round 2. I believe Kirby took round 1. 2-0.
He sure did.
No dredge. No dredge. None at all. Welcome, Nathaniel.
Yes. Welcome from my matches of Legacy.
So, why'd you put away... Did you put away a Swords to Plowshares with that click?
Yeah. So
That's what I want to ask about.
my thought was that at that point I didn't think the sword was going to be good enough to beat him drawing 7 cards. So I was just basically going for desperation, hitting a way to counter his reanimation spell next turn.
Mhm.
And it turned out pretty poorly.
Yeah.
But the way I figured it, the sword wasn't going to do enough, and at that point I just needed to find something.
That's fair.
So,
Alright. Let's go ahead and take a look at Michael's list. Do you want to do the talking? I've been doing most of it tonight, so...
okay, so Michael's list. Boy, there's so much stuff in here. So you got 2 Nicoboluses, 1 the God Pharaoh, and 1 the Planeswalker, 2 Ugin Spirit Dragons, 1 Karn Liberated. Those are your Planeswalker package. You can get those by sacrificing your Arena Rector, which is a new addition to the Nick Fit list that came out of Battle Bond. And you also have your enchantment package, which includes Dovescape, Sylvan Library, Curse of Death's Hold, Cruel Reality, and Omniscience. Oh, and also Sandworm Convergence.
Yeah,
There's
I like these standard cards seeing play. This is great.
There's so many standard cards.
This
in
card
deck.
literally says, Sean, you don't get to play Magic anymore. Good luck beating me with 2 mana, 2/1 first strikers.
Yeah. How many cards in this deck are standard legal? Like a lot of them.
A fair amount. We have... where is it? Where are we starting? I mean, I'm going to count Collective Brutality as a standard card, but
Yeah.
it's It's
it
pretty
just came out.
solidified in Modern.
Yeah, Omniscience,
Cruel Reality.
Overwhelming Splendor, Cruel Reality, Nicol Bolas, God Pharaoh. You got all these dumb standard cards.
Don't call them dumb. Omniscience is standard.
Yep,
That's still funny.
it's weird to think about now. But no, this
Rex Age, also standard now.
Rex Age is standard legal, correct?
Yeah.
No, this is a fun deck is what I'd call it. Like if you want to play Legacy and you want to have fun, this deck can do some really silly things, and it does have game against a lot of decks. Seeing as if you are able to sacrifice one of your 2 Rectors, you're probably gonna win the game a lot of the time.
I was actually watching Phil Gallagher streaming the other night, and he got paired up against an Esper version of this.
Mm-hmm.
It was not fun.
Oh yeah.
It was very quick.
Yeah. I could see a deck like that he would be playing game kind of mode up or something like this.
Yeah, it's just really funny because his 8-drop enchantments just say Sean doesn't get to play Magic.
Oh yeah, if so Sean can easily be an Arena Rector, but an Academy Rector he's gonna lose to.
Yeah.
100% of the time.
All right. We've been over 10 fins. I'll just put it out there real quick.
Yep.
So
This is a weird build of 10 fins. I didn't know it was running
yeah,
Living Wishes.
we went over that it's not Matt Nass's build.
Yeah.
Silent Gravestone. Didn't realize it said all graveyards. I thought it was just your own.
Oh no, I saw that. I was
So
like, well,
it's-
that's rough.
Yeah. Because then it was after that I realized that, because Alex pointed out Shallowgrave just grabs top card, that he
Yep.
doesn't have reanimates. He's running 2 reanimation cards that don't target.
Yep.
So
No, it's like it's a nice little built-in synergy, and the one target reanimation spell he has is lit.
I'm going to
on
change this
barrier
over
rights.
real quick.
All right.
We have a dead Sean.
So Sean's they're probably mulliganing right now, if I had to guess. Oh,
No,
he's
he's sleeping.
he's sleeping.
You want to wake him up?
Yeah. You sleeping there, buddy? You can start whenever.
Oh, look, he's awake. They've already kept their hands. Michael's on the play. Turn 1 therapy.
All right.
Ooh, we got 2 Entombs. Bless you.
Blessing. So up around.
Sean picked up his hand pretty quick, but we had LED, Unmask. Oh, it was hard to see. He picked up a Petal, looks like.
Yes.
So he's got a lot of mana. I don't know if he didn't have a reanimation target, though.
No, he does not have a reanimation target.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the only thing to change is the round number
And your name.
and my name.
I'll get this eventually, I promise.
Oh, it's so easy to overlook it when you start talking.
Well, because I'm normally in that seat.
Yeah.
So, but with me sitting out the first 4,
Yeah.
I'm the pilot. I'm the captain.
You are the
I'm a
captain
shitty
now.
captain, but I'm a captain. That's how you spell your name, right?
Probably. Yeah, that looks correct.
All right. Sorry about that.
You're good. All right.
Unmask. Takes a therapy.
So I feel like if he casts Eureka in this matchup, he might lose because of it.
I kind of hope he does and wins.
Like,
Living Wish?
it's really dependent on what he has.
Right.
All right, so he's Living Wish. He's probably gonna grab one of his 2 vectors.
Looks like he's going for the enchantment one.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that
Much
one's
better one.
just better in pretty much every matchup.
No mana from Sean. If you're oh no, that's actually not good. Well, I mean, you can still grab Splendor, but he did just draw Sandworm.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Overwhelming Splendor should win the game most of the time anyways. So,
Cool. Rector.
And that's-
Flashback. Target this. Trigger. Resolve my trigger first.
yeah, I can't imagine Sean winning from this point. If Michael's not getting Overwhelming Splendor, he's getting Omniscience, and both things are pretty bad for Sean here.
Yeah, well, he picked up the Sandworm, so he gets Omniscience.
Yeah, he gets Omniscience, then he just casts the Sandworm.
Don't put the Dovescape in. Don't.
The Dovescape's funny, but not as
It's
good
not
as the
good.
other
This is
options.
actually one matchup where you don't want to play it because Sean can just throw a bunch of cantrips into it and make birds.
Yeah, like one of
Unless
the,
you have a Nugan out, then you're fine.
Yeah, if you have a Nugan out, then it's perfectly fine. But the Dovescape still gives him a way to win, whereas Overwhelming Splendor and Omniscience both would just keep him out of the game at this point.
I like leading with Splendor.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Looks like Michael
Yeah.
agrees. Sean's gonna have to read that, and he's not gonna enjoy it at all.
Yep.
No, that's the game right there.
Humility U. Also, if you have a Planeswalker,
So
you can use it.
that was a 2.5-minute game.
Wonderful.
Legacy's great sometimes.
It is great. Let's see. Let's give Michael.
Give him a little
A tick
toot
up.
there.
I like how Michael was like, I don't want to play this matchup. If you just turn 1 or turn 2's me, I don't get to do anything. I'm like, the deck's not going to be that consistent.
No, this deck is... it can do some disgusting things on turn 1, but it's kind of a mess.
I want to take a quick peek at it again real quick. 4 ley lines. Auto include.
Easy put those in.
I just now realized there's an Emrakul at the bottom of that list, too.
Yeah, because you can...
Well, if you Omniscience. Yeah,
You Omniscience, and then you cast...
Or
World of
Eureka.
Yeah, one of those two. Both are fun. You have Thoughtseizes, you have Ley Lines.
Yeah, you don't need to really bother with Rex Sages.
Yeah, and I don't know really what you cut here.
I personally would cut that Dovescape and the Curse of Death's Hold.
Curse of Death's Hold,
And then 2 more.
Cruel Reality, and Evolutionary Leap, maybe?
I might actually trim the Planeswalkers.
Oh, yeah, that's fair, because
Like,
a lot of your Planeswalkers don't do much.
You don't need 2 Ugins.
You definitely
You're
don't
fine.
need two
You're fine with
Ugins.
just 1, and then maybe trim one of the Nicol Bolas's. Karn's just really strong because it's spot removal.
Yeah. Alright. Easy enough.
And take a peek over at 10 Pins real quick.
So from the 10-pin side...
So something we were talking about is that for the last one, he really just has to sideboard Pithing Needles and Silent Gravestones, and then everything else is the same because he has Wish.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think either of those are worth bringing in this matchup? I like Needle, but
I mean, Needle's good if you get the read on what Planeswalker or what thing you're worried about here. And Gravestone, I don't think it's good at all. So maybe the Pithing Needle, but it doesn't feel like he has a lot of great stuff to work with here.
yeah, I could see him just shuffling up the same 75, not messing with it.
Yeah, I think that's totally reasonable. It might not go great for him, but it might be the best option he has. And if Michael starts off on a turn 1 ley line, I imagine Sean's going to have some difficulties.
Yep.
He does have the Reclamation Sage he can tutor for, though.
Mm-hmm. Michael shuffling away. Sean looking like he's keeping. He does have a Gravestone in hand, so...
So he did take...
I mean,
then.
10 Fins... Or not 10 Fins. Nick Fit decks in the past have played things like Scavenging Ooze, things that do interact with the graveyard.
I mean,
so
I
can see him bringing it in. I
it's
doubt he looked at it.
It's one of those cards that's safe to bring in a lot of matchups because like it cycles at worst case and it hits a lot of the disruption that you could expect in most matches.
Yeah.
So
Leyline in the opener should be a keep from Michael.
it looks like his hand is Leyline, double Leyline, Erector, and some lands.
Yep. Scrying Veteran Explorer. That's a decent keep. I would just put that on top, put your Leylines in, and watch Sean probably concede.
So Sean does have the backup plan of his...
Doesn't want the Veteran Explorer.
Yeah, I guess he's just going to go with slow plan. Sean does have the Dark Depths backup plan.
Yes. But he's already seen the Humility Curse, so...
Okay, so Sean got a little excited.
Yeah! Oh, yeah, we didn't tell him.
Yes, you can start now, Sean.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright, well, this is fun.
Alright, drew the Sandworm Convergence again. That is probably the worst thing that can happen for this deck, is you end up drawing...
One of the enchantments you care about.
Yeah, but as long as you have that Omniscience still lurking around, like...
Yeah, drawing...
Actually can work out in your favor, possibly.
Drawing the Omniscience is probably the worst enchantment to draw.
Yes. Because the further draws of where you draw your one-ofs.
It goes downhill from there.
Exponentially, yeah.
That's it. I'm done. This is going to be a fun game.
And a library.
Okay, Sylvan Library is actually pretty good.
Yeah. And then we do have a... I keep getting them mixed up. The Enchantment Rector is Academy?
That's Academy Rector,
Got it.
yes. Arena Rector is the Planeswalker one from Battle Bond.
Right. Library. We do not pick up that Overwhelming Splendor.
No, but we do see a Cabal Therapy.
I think you just therapy.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't need the land right now. I mean, he can take 4 to dig 1 card deeper for the next turn, but...
He can also, like, next turn pick up the Overwhelming Splendor because he'll be able to get the Omniscience from his deck and cast Overwhelming Splendor plus Sandworm Convergence, and I don't think he can lose from that point.
No. I don't think so either. Therapy. Now, Michael's board state. Do you just name Grizzlebrand so he can't cast it? Oh, he named therapy. Okay, that makes sense actually. So Sean can't interact with him.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty heads-up play.
Yeah. I would not have made it for sure. I'm so confused.
I think he forgot about the ley line. And cast an Entomb for Shallow.
Well, I mean, he's just getting dead cards out of his hand too.
Yeah, I mean,
He's just trying to min-max his draw.
yeah, I mean, it's a very small percentage gain he gets out of doing that, but it's fine. Alright, so he's electing to get Dark Depths instead of the Reclamation Sage because there's only there's 2 ley lines in play, so he can't really handle them both, and he's just gonna have to go for the depth plan.
Yeah. I might pee myself if Michael finds Arena Rector, sacks it to go get Ugin, and -0s.
That's fair.
Now, granted, Sean will not make this until during his end step, so he will get one
Yeah.
turn with it. But if I see Ugin 0 ultimate, or get rid of a Jerry T token, I will continuously laugh.
Alright, so Michael unfortunately does not have the land needed to go for the Rector this turn.
He can Veteran Explorer and Evolutionary Leap.
Yeah, he can cast both of those.
Because I believe his 4th land in hand is a fetch land?
I don't think he has a 4th land. If
I
he
thought
has,
he did.
if he has a 4th land, then he just goes for the
Oh,
Rector.
he shuffled the one that was on top.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So then, yeah, you just take him anyway.
And then you're setting up next turn, probably you should win the game next turn, provided you don't die. But, like, I don't think you're going to die.
Yeah, he's a turn ahead of this.
Yeah. With Sean being stuck on the Dark Depths plan, he can't just, like, kill
Yeah,
him.
just put your cards in play and... Okay. Oh, no, this lets him play the Rector.
This lets him play the Rector. He can't sack it this turn, but he can sack it next turn to Evolutionary Leap.
Yeah.
So it works out all the same.
How many basics does his deck run?
8.
4, 5? He has, or 6, 7.
Yep, 7 basics.
So he can actually, if he got double green,
He could have gone
he
for...
could have gotten 2 more lands into play
Mm.
via
The Rector plus the... I mean, not the Rector, the
Yeah,
Explorer plus the...
he didn't keep the second Explorer. It was on top.
Okay.
But if he had taken it, he did have the option of getting even further.
Yeah. I think he's fine with this, and then...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just take the Living Wish.
Take the Living Wish, and then you can actually just get Emrakul, take an extra turn, and kill Sean. Wait. Does Sandworm Convergence... It only stops your opponent's creatures from attacking, correct?
Creatures your opponent's control of flying cannot attack.
Yeah. And then in return, he's going to get
You,
5/5.
I think it specifically says you. You or planeswalkers you control.
Okay.
Oh, creatures with flying, period, can't attack you. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So, Michael can get Omniscience, cast Living Wish, get Emrakul, cast Emrakul, take an extra turn, cast Sandworm Convergence, go to end of turn, get a 5/5, untap,
Yep.
win the game.
Which I believe was red, and Michael will take that one too.
Yep. Simple enough. So now we're going to Michael versus Delver.
Yep, Grixis Delver.
Yep. Okay. I didn't know what color of Delver it ended up being, so...
Yeah, I actually expected Teamer. But we'll play the Grixis matchup,
Okay.
because I got to run that up next.
Can't deal with 2 ley lines. I can kill one.
Sorry, buddy.
And I also got turn 1 in the Dark Therapy for intent.
Alright. There it is.
Okay.
And then
I had turn 1 here.
transition this over.
On my green.
I'll let you... This is your wheelhouse. I'll let you do the thing while I set this stuff up.
Alright, so this is Grixis Delver. It's running 2 Bitter Blossoms in the main, 2 Young Pyromancers, 2 True Names, and 4 Delver of Secrets as your threats. I haven't touched this deck much since Destructing Probe and Deathrite got banned, but now they are running, instead of the Cabal Therapies, they're running Inquisition and Kozilek's, and without having to run Destructing Probes, you free up a little bit more space for running more cantrips in the form of Preordains and then 2 mainboard Spell Pierces, putting your mainboard counterspell suite up to 10. And the Bitter Blossoms are kind of playing the role that the third Bitter Blossom, that the third Young Pyromancer / Deathrite would play, and there being additional threats. And in the grinding matchups, Bitter Blossom is really hard to deal with, as not many decks run mainboard enchantment removal. So,
Okay. How do you feel this matchup's going to go?
So the person that was playing the Grixis Delver list thinks that the Rector list is favored here. I think that might be slightly true, but I think that if the the Delver deck is able to get ahead early, the Rector Fit list is going to have a hard time doing anything. It just really depends on how good of a tempo start the Delver list is able to start with. Also,
Now, do you think he thinks that just because, like, the majority of Michael's deck is trigger-based as opposed to actually casting?
that and just the fact that they're able to continuously keep casting these cards that need to be countered. You only run so many counter spells, and they do get out of Daze range rather quickly.
Right.
One thing of note is to hit the save button there.
Oh, yeah.
Bam.
And then let's get that round timer restarted.
Yep.
We'll go ahead and transition over. Oh, I forgot one thing. Michael's not starting with a win.
Yep. You guys can start whenever. But no, I think that this will be close enough. If Alex isn't able to start with a good tempo start, he's probably going to lose the game, though.
Yep. Turn 1 Veteran Explorer. Turn 1 Wasteland from Alex. Well, I mean, there is the benefit that Alex doesn't have way to exile that thing, so...
So, wastelanding a turn 1 dual land when your opponent leads on Veteran Explorer feels really bad.
Yeah. And your premier removal spell is Bolt.
Yeah. You're kind of in a rough spot now.
Michael has a Eureka in hand. And mostly lands, it looked like.
Yeah. Of course, Grixis Delver is running no basic lands also, so that
None?
None. Not a single one.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I always played at least like one island when I was playing the Vile Smasher build, because I'm me.
So, as I said, when I played the list, it was with Death Rights, so you didn't even care.
You didn't need them, yeah. But now that you don't have that option, like,
Yeah.
you get wastelanded, you're done.
The Death Right era was everything free mana-wise.
Yep.
Alright, so this is just the slowest game from both of their decks.
I don't know. That round 1 was fairly slow.
That's fair. I think Michael's favored at this point.
Yeah.
I think Michael's really favored at this point.
He's very now, what do you name here?
If you're trying to go for something big, you name the Force.
Right.
So
I think you flash it back and you name True Name?
flashback name.
It also depends on Michael's hand, because he has Eureka.
I'm almost a fan of naming the Brainstorm. You don't care about the true name very much. You don't really care about most of it. If your Eureka resolves, provided you have anything good in hand.
Mm-hmm.
You might care about the Gurmag if your only threat is an Ugin in hand.
What is the mana cost on Eureka?
Eureka is
4?
4, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Veteran Explorer is a May. That's what they're clarifying. So that way Alex does not have to search his library if there's nothing in there.
I think he specifically said shuffle effect.
Mm-hmm.
So he just wants to be lazy. It's fine. Well, no. I mean, did he could... Oh, no, he preordained.
Yeah.
So, that's fine.
All right, so... Oh, Michael hadn't played a land yet.
Oh,
I missed that part.
hi.
All right, so, yeah, this game's feeling real bad.
Hey, look, another Veteran Explorer.
He's just...
Look at me go, Dad. Alex asking why he's not swinging with Rector.
Yeah, like, it stops the younger Pyromancer from attacking, but I don't think you care that much. And at this point, your dorky plan of attacking with your 1/1s and 1/2s is kind of working.
It's a brainstorm from Alex. I believe he was going to play a land.
He was going to, and then he did not.
Picked up Days Ponder.
And Michael has a ton of enchantments that are just almost unbeatable from Alex's side.
Collective Brutality. That's neat. Oh, yeah. -2, -2.
Yep, he can just...
We have so many ways to kill our own shit.
He just attacks all in.
I don't know why he would trade with a Veteran Explorer to give Michael more mana. That doesn't seem good.
Yeah. Because at that point, Michael could just start hard casting his random dumb enchantments. And now he's going to cast Collective Brutality, killing his creature. Okay. So,
Yep. And
He-
concede.
yeah, he was going to kill the Rector, take an instant sorcery from Alex's hand, and drain for 2 life. Feels pretty strong there.
All right. Let's go on to sideboards. Again, I'll let you take this one.
Boy, what do you do in this matchup?
We just give Michael 10 wins. I'm just kidding.
All right, so your sideboard doesn't really have anything. That's it. You have Fluster Storm can hit the Eureka and a couple other spells, but you don't really have much to go against what Michael's doing.
Yeah. Cage only hits creatures.
Cage only
So
hits
that's
creatures.
dead.
You can bring in the Pithing Needle if you know they're on the Arena Rector build and hope to name the right Planeswalker, but that's not a great plan.
I want to actually check something on Rector. Find it.
It's far left. You had it.
Uh,
Oh wait, Arena
That's
Rector.
Arena. Oh, it's this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I was
Uh,
looking at the wrong one.
Save. Click that.
Save, yeah.
Let's put in a graveyard from play. If he surgicals with the trigger on the stack,
It still
no
resolves.
search. It still resolves?
It's found a graveyard from play. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, because
because it still hits the
It
graveyard.
still hits.
So the trigger will still happen. And Alex has no ways of making him discard a Rector from his hand. So,
Mm-hmm. No
uh,
Thoughtseize.
no Thoughtseize. He could bring in the surgical extractions to hit the Cabal therapies, but that's kind of loose.
Yeah, this just seems like a case of brought the wrong cards to the wrong fight.
I mean, I think it's a matchup you're not expecting, so...
Right, which now him saying that he thinks that Michael's favored makes a lot more sense, because he just doesn't have much to do.
Yeah. Let's look at Michael's side, though, because I'm curious to see if Michael has anything.
Well, like Sean, he's playing a
Living Wish package.
Living Wish package. So, I mean, the enchantment's really the only thing he would sideboard at this point, and the Thoughtseizes. Which, I think you just bring in the Thoughtseizes,
To hit counter spells.
like, yeah, just to try and clear the way.
You can cut down on some
So I think trimming,
Eurekas, maybe?
I would trim like a Eureka and a Yugen.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, is Ugin... I feel like Ugin's the best Planeswalker in your deck in this matchup, though.
So maybe trim Karn instead.
Yeah, one of your sort of other Planeswalkers would be fine.
Yeah. Overwhelming Splendor will be neat if it comes down against a true name. I kind of hope that happens. It just shuts it off.
Yeah. Shuts off. It just kind of turns Alex's board into a bunch of dorky 1/1s. They can still get there, but it slows it down a little bit.
It also shuts off all his fetch lands, which his deck has, what, 10?
Mm-hmm. I forgot that the shuts off that.
Yeah. Any abilities that are not mana or loyalty.
Shuts off Wastelands, shuts off... I mean, if you don't really care about Wastelands if you have an overwhelming Splendor
Wastelands
in play.
fetch, I think that's it for his deck, though, isn't it? For abilities. No Planeswalkers.
Yes, that
he has
is it.
lilies in the board, but I don't think those are coming in.
Yeah, those are not coming in this matchup.
Yeah.
I'll let them know to start,
Yep.
just in case.
The Resolving Scry.
You can start whenever, guys.
Planes kept on top for Michael. Turn 1 Delver for Alex.
Now, this is what Alex wants to see. Turn 1 Delver backed up by some timely counterspells can lead to a very quick win from his side.
Yeah. I believe he might have a Daze in hand, too.
Yeah, Delver Days is pretty strong.
Turn 1 Thoughtseize for Michael.
Uh,
It was a true name, Delver, Ponder, Land.
Yeah. Huh. So, if Michael has a fast hand, he takes the Ponder. If he has a slow hand, he takes the Delver.
Yeah.
And we see a Force on top. Not really what Michael's looking to see here.
He does have a therapy to at least, like,
Hit that
use
Force.
it or lose it kind of situation.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so Michael already took the 3 damage. Alex is going to cast a Ponder.
Honestly, with the slow hand that Michael has, I can see him actually naming true name.
Yeah.
Because then when he goes to go off, he can just he can just name Force Will.
Mm-hmm. Alex chose to keep a lightning bolt, and I imagine he's going to shuffle. He might keep one of the 2 lands that are on top of his library.
Yep. Name's true name. Reveals
Yep.
Bolt. So Force Will not active yet.
Force Will is not active currently, and it will not be active on the coming turn either.
Yep. Fetching for red source. Getting into Volk.
Okay, so he's bolting him on upkeep. Okay, sure. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah, he's communicating that.
yeah.
Just Alex being Alex. Very speedy.
So I think what happened is he was planning on doing it on end of turn, and he put it in the graveyard, but didn't realize he wanted Underground Sea, so he was like, I'm just gonna do some upkeep.
Yep.
Or something.
Which is fine. I mean, that's...
Like, it doesn't really matter,
Yeah.
in theory.
Michael's at 9, though. This could actually get under the radar.
Yeah.
So I believe he's stuck at 3 lands with 3 Rectors in hand. Library coming down, so he's got a turn to make this happen.
If Alex picks up another bolt, then he just has the game
Yeah, I think
pretty
he picked
quickly.
up Brainstorm.
And this is how I mentioned that Michael could theoretically win. Alex could theoretically win, is that he just gets a turn 1 threat, puts on that pressure, and has the disruption to back it up.
Rector number 1. Needs
And
a
we have a
daze.
daze there. Michael knows about the force, so...
Yep. He just doesn't know if he has a second blue card.
And at this point, he just has to hope that he doesn't, but realistically, he does.
Yep. Force pitch.
Random blue card.
Yeah. I'm
I
pretty
think-
sure it was Brainstorm.
Yeah. All right, so go in game 3.
Do we want to take a look at sideboards again, or I
Nah,
think it's pretty much covered?
I think it's covered. Like, they don't really have much to do in their boards. With the way that Michael's deck is configured, a lot of the traditional effects that would be used in these type of matchups aren't as good because you're running off of more creatures and instant sorceries that don't actually matter if they resolve.
Okay. All right, so Mike will be on the play. I mean, that's the only way he really wants to do this is getting ahead of Alex's triggers.
Yeah.
Or not triggers, but speed.
I think that it matters a lot if... I think one of them needs to have their 1-drops to win. If one of them has the 1-drop but the other doesn't, they're not favored. Because if Michael starts off on a turn 1 Veteran Explorer, Alex can't really deal with it in a way that doesn't give him lands. And if Alex starts off on a turn 1 Delver, Michael's just going to be kind of sitting there taking 3 every turn.
Mm-hmm.
I would find it... So Michael won against Tenfens, right?
Yes.
I'd
2-0.
find it really funny if Michael went undefeated tonight.
Yeah.
I kind of hope he does. Always love rooting for these silly decks.
Yeah, I watched back last week's Modern. Y'all seemed very enthusiastic for me to do something, and it just unfortunately kept falling short.
Oh no, like playing against Kirby felt real bad for you. He has
Honestly, Michael, just having Searing Blazes and Searing Bloods every turn made me want to just
shoot yourself.
just burn the cards on camera and walk out the door.
Oh
But
no, it was real not pretty for you.
I wouldn't even lose that much money by doing that. Those cards aren't worth all that much.
No, they're really not.
I can get Ball Lightnings for like 50 cents.
All right, Alex. I mean,
Groundbreakers actually aren't super cheap, but
yeah, because they're a unique effect from a set that is kind of
yeah, it's
uncommon. Only
so
planar chaos.
planar, and then the Champs promo, which I really wanted, but those are a little bit
Yeah,
not worth it for a little FNM deck I used to play.
yeah. Alex's hand looks real good.
Yeah, Bolt,
see-
Wasteland, Force.
I think I see a Delver in there as well.
Yep, right on
Delver.
top.
No, he has pretty much everything he wants.
He has one of each Rector, 2 lands, Ugin, and a Brutality.
So, this is how this deck can look
Oh.
real bad.
He has a Scrubland with a Veteran Explorer. He has only 1 land. So please don't keep that.
I don't, like, I understand where you're coming from. You don't want to go to 5, but if your only land can't even cast your Veteran Explorer and you're playing against a deck with 4 Wastelands, I think you're just going to have to bite that bullet.
Yep.
Yeah, and Michael agrees. He was clearly considering not doing it, though.
I think so. Like if he was playing against a deck that had white and could just be like, hey, you're choked on lands, like I'll just swords your
Yeah.
Veteran Explorer, versus like against Grixis where like everything is just going to destroy it.
Yeah.
I don't think you can afford to do that.
Yeah, I think that he's just going to have to hope that he hits a 5 that can do something, and if he can't, then it's unfortunate, but it happens.
This looks way better.
Has a Veteran Explorer, has Living Wish, and has lands.
Yep.
And it's-
Scryland, put that on bottom. You don't need it.
No, you do not need that.
You have an Explore. Dora is coming down. Just lead with Bayou. If he wants to wasteland you turn 1, that seems fine.
So, he's going to fetch 4 Force, I imagine here. I kind of like...
Okay, so if he kept the last hand and he like missed 1 land drop, I actually saw this kind of being a thing. Because like you just don't want this deck to accelerate on lands, especially if you don't get anything out of it. Like it's actually
a problem.
yeah.
Alright, so Michael here is left with a decision as to what he wants to do. He has a Living Wish, and he has
What does he grab?
a Cabal Therapy. So he can grab one of his Rectors, one of his 4 lands on the sideboard, or he's not grabbing Emrakul here, so like he doesn't want Tabby next. He doesn't want Cavern, does he? No, he's just getting an Erector. So he's setting up for the turn 4.
Mm-hmm.
If he had another Rector in hand, there's an argument for getting a Cavern of Souls, so that way you can just guarantee cast it and it will resolve.
Mm-hmm. What creature type do you name with Cavern in this deck?
Both Rectors are humans, right?
Yeah, I think they're also advisors. Seems really cute, but
But
I mean, your Veteran Explorers are also humans. So.
yeah, you're playing all humans, except for your sideboard.
Yeah, you have Elf Shaman and I think that's it. Eldrazi,
Eldrazi, but you're not casting that, except for with Omniscience.
which you can't use Cavern for anyway.
Nope, sure can't.
What you doing, Michael?
He's thinking about what he wants to do with this Cabal Therapy.
Ah,
I mean, he probably has to name Force Will here.
honestly, like with his slower hand, taking a bolt doesn't seem that bad. But I do think you just have to name Force to make sure the coast is clear.
I think that his entire hand is built on resolving this Rector.
Yep.
So he's just going to take the safe play and pick the
Alex
bolt.
talks him into it.
I mean, so Alex shouldn't talk him into it, but I think that plays fine.
Yep.
And given that he's getting Wasteland again, it buys him a little bit more time, which is what he needs.
Yep.
Like, I actually, it's one of those things where it's like, just because I can't deal with the other lines things, where it's like,
Brainstorm Ponder.
All right. Michael already taken his damage, so he's going to be at 10. He has a few turns to draw into a 4th land to get this Erector in play and hope that he can get one of his assorted Planeswalkers to follow suit.
Land Delver?
Land Spell Pierce.
Spell Pierce. Okay.
You can't keep that. Spell Pierce isn't good enough.
It doesn't actually do well. I mean, it counters a wish and a discard spell, which Michael did just draw.
Counters Wish, counters Discard Spell, sure, but
I agree with you. I don't think that's worth keeping.
no, he drew off of it. Because he drew the Spell Pierce that's in his hand.
Yeah.
Wait, no, the Preordain, I don't remember that Preordain. Did he draw off of it?
I actually don't know.
We're just gonna hope he did.
I thought he pondered twice. I don't. The preordain was last game.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I just saw that someone posted it, and I was like, I don't remember a Preordain. But
2 turns ago.
it's 2
Was
turns
it?
ago? Wow. Look at Kirby paying attention.
I can't see his grave.
Oh, he didn't. Well, rip him.
Rip him. Not sure it matters. Oh no, this is a Rector turn. Alex does have a Force and another Force.
If he has a Force Wall, then the game's over.
That spells Force. Wee.
All right. So
Unfortunate end.
unfortunate end for Michael there. He did go 1-1, so not the absolute worst for him.
Hey, that's better than I've done in like 3 weeks.
That's
so.
fair. Better than I did tonight.
Yeah.
So,
So do you want to take the seat? And
yeah, I'll take that seat,
Alright.
man.
I'll head on over there.
Get Michael. Yeet.
That was a beating.
That sure was a beating you received. And now we're gonna see Grixis Delver versus
Taxes?
Death and Taxes.
Yeah.
This should be fun on a bun.
Yeah, should be lots of creatures. Some grindy stuff.
So this matchup's gone through a lot of different changes throughout the years, where at one point it was favored for taxes, at one point it was favored for Grixis Shadow. At this point, I'm not actually sure who's completely favored. I haven't really kept up on Grixis Shadow since the Deathrite ban.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on this matchup?
I think it comes a lot down to skill of the player, honestly.
Yeah.
Neither of them particularly have mini cards, whereas it's like, this is going to take over the game immediately. I mean, like, they both have access to very powerful things, obviously.
Yeah, the 3 Mirren Crusaders in this Death and Taxes build are pretty strong.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Thalia can be a bit of a thorn in your side, but you do have and Mothers. Death and Taxes has a lot of tools, but Death and Taxes has this problem in pretty much every matchup where if its cards line up correctly, you can win a lot of matches, but if you draw the wrong half of your deck in the wrong matchup, you can kind of just look like the derpiest deck in Legacy.
Yeah, like, Death and Taxes is one of the most... I would probably say one of the most opening hand-dependent decks that's, meta.
I think that's very reasonable, and mention the cards that matter in this matchup from that side, but from the Shadow side, you do have the Bitter Blossoms feel pretty strong in this matchup, and the Young Pyromancers can do a lot here. Your counterspells can be good, but a lot of times they're going to feel bad in the face of Cavern of Souls and Thalia and Aether Vials. Just kind of make your counterspells worse in general.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of the power for this deck in this matchup comes from the sideboard with, like, those Lilianas,
The
maybe
Lilianas,
Abrades.
Abrades,
Marsh
Diabolic
Casualties.
Edicts, Marsh Casualties.
Mhm.
This matchup, so last time I tested this matchup, the game 1s felt real bad for for Grixis Delver, but then the game 2 and 3s felt really bad for the
Taxes player?
Taxes player.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I could see that same situation happening again, where Connor's able to get an easy game 1, but then game 2 and 3, he's going to have a little bit harder time in the face of all this removal that's really good against his deck.
Yes.
There's even Pithing Needles in the sideboard, which can be relevant in this matchup, as a small note. But I think that's really all that there is to say.
Yeah, this is just... There's not much to say about this matchup.
I think this is what we would consider a bread and butter matchup of Legacy as a format.
Oh yeah, I could agree to that.
If you want to go on Lam 91 apps,
Y'all good to go?
go ahead and start that biz.
A mother.
Mother, pretty much the worst possible one drop for Alex here. Aether Vial can be a problem, but a Mother, once it starts untapping, spells disaster. Ew.
Yeah, Mom and Athalia is one of the better draws. Probably best.
Mom and Thalia is how you hard win this matchup on turn 2.
And then Connor can just hold on to these 2 Wastelands in his hand. And Wasteland is very good against Grixis Delver.
Yeah, there's not a single base land in Grixis Delver, and if you have an effect like Thalia out that's taxing their mana, every little Wasteland hurts them a ton.
Mm-hmm.
And Alex here's gonna be Force Crack of his fetch lands, which means next turn he can get double Wastelanded, and that puts him back into the Stone Age essentially.
Oh yeah, he's probably gonna... Do you just cut him off a black?
I mean,
Or just cut him off a red?
so you can cut them off black, or you can cut them down a red and a black. So cutting
Yeah.
them completely off a black here doesn't really do as much as it used to.
Knowing the list, I think you do the red, because then it cuts him off Bolt and Pyro.
Yeah. So main board, there are 6 red spells, and there are 9 black spells.
That's fair.
Inquisitions, I don't think you care about at this point.
No.
And Gurmag Anglers are far away from being relevant. So I think that you care about red slightly more, but you don't even really care about red.
Nice wasteland.
Sure is. And Alex is going to have to get some beats in with this True Name Nemesis, but I don't think that it's going to be good enough for him to win the game by itself.
Yeah, he wants that Feshla in there, and that makes sense. What's Connor's hand?
It looks like he has a Sanctum Prelate, a Sword of Fire and Ice, and a Sword's Plowshares.
Seems good.
Sanctum Prelate, probably just going to name one.
So what's the exact text on Prelate? It's name a number, is it?
When it enters the battlefield, you name a number. Opponents, I believe, cannot cast. Non-creature spells with the converted mana cost of the chosen number can't be cast. So that includes both players. So
Yeah.
It does cut off his Swords Plowshares in hand, but that's fine because it cuts off a large portion of Alex's deck.
I couldn't remember if it was specifically non-creatures.
Oh,
but
yeah.
that makes sense, because if it wasn't, it would be...
It would be worse in this deck
Much
and
more good.
absurd and a lot of matchup. Much more absurd.
Oh, yeah. This Crocus, it's just a wastelandable plains in this matchup.
Yeah. Now, this is turning game Alex could theoretically win.
Yes, I can see it. If he plays it right,
I think it depends less on him playing it right and more on him catching Connor sleeping.
that's fair.
I like him attacking with the Gurmag Angler here.
Make him use his mom.
There's a good chance that Connor fears the bolt and doesn't use his mom.
That's fair.
Now, that is a pretty aggressive from Connor's side. Okay.
Yeah.
Alex concedes. That was it. That was fun. Good game. So, theoretically, Alex could have drawn into a bolt, killed the Mother of Runes, and then had a blocker for the Thalia in the form of the Gurmag Angler
Mhm.
going forward. But Alex decided that it wasn't worth trying to draw into that out.
No, Alex is pretty known for just, if he doesn't want to deal with it, just kind of conceding.
Yeah, not a great habit, but here we are. So from the Death and Taxes board, oh boy, I know nothing about this deck.
Neither do I.
All right, so the Path to Exiles seem like they could be relevant in this matchup, just removing the few threats that you can expect from the opposing side.
Mm-hmm.
The Gideons feel like a bit of a pipe dream, but they could be theoretically good here.
I like the Gideon and Ballista.
Okay, you like the Gideon and Ballista?
Like,
That-
it's an okay option.
and Council's Judgment just feels a little too slow, and
Yes.
well, it does hit the True Name Nemesis.
That's fair, so he probably just has to bring some in.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure what you cut down here. And
Revokers.
yes, 2 Revokers, easy cuts.
Unless you know his sideboard and you're 100% sure he's bringing in his lilies, which I think is correct.
Most of the time they are going to be bringing in lilies, and it's really just a play of do you want to make that take that plan. I'm going to not talk about the sideboard too much longer because I don't want to embarrass myself or give false information.
That's fair. I can get that.
However, this side, counterspells, throw them in the trash.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty simple. You have 10 of them. You may not cut all 10 of them, but you don't want to keep them all. You want your Braids, you want your Diabolic Edicts, you want your Lilianas, you want your Marsh Casualties, and your Pithing Needles fine. So you can bring up to 8 cards. Your Dazes are your most fine counterspell in this matchup. If you're on the play, if you're on the draw, you could theoretically keep your Spell Pierces in, but Daze is still possibly stronger. That, or if you want to be spicy, and even your Force of Wills. Your plan here is to try to tempo them out and deny the resources that they have. And just try to avoid getting into the super late game because they are favored in the super late game,
Yes.
seeing as they have so many good card advantage engines in their deck. So,
Yeah.
and that's it. That's it. Swap all over to the feature match. Let them know they're good whenever, and we're just gonna wait.
Y'all good to go.
I think
Whenever.
I think they're still sideboarded. Alrighty then. That was also a pretty quick game one for this matchup.
Oh yeah,
So
these last couple matches have gone a bit quick.
I just realized I gave the wrong person the win.
Look at you go.
Yikes. That's real bad. Good thing this isn't like an official event or anything. Good thing that Corey does not have anything mapped to that button on this mouse.
Oops, stream's over, guys.
Whoops, Corey mapped the power button to this button on the mouse. Sorry about that, guys. Hate when that happens.
Good old shuffling.
Every day, I'm
Stop it.
shuffling.
No,
That's fair. I can't argue with that logic.
thank you.
Who lad? So, we're just gonna wait. How did you enjoy your deck, though?
I mean, it's fun.
It's fun.
Alex had a lot of interaction.
He sure did. It's almost as if that's what Grixis Delver does.
Yeah, that force on a veteran explorer
That
lost me the game.
mold 5 was not great for you either.
It was like an okay 5 if he didn't specifically force my veteran explorer.
Yeah, I can see that. You
But he did.
did beat Sean though.
Yeah,
That was neat.
overwhelming splendored, and he can't win.
Yeah, he can't beat many of the enchantments in your deck.
Yeah,
He also can't beat your Sandworm conversions
correct.
unless he Living Wishes and away destroy it.
Yeah, but like, by that time I should have assembled something else.
Yeah. All right, so
Alex led on a Delver. Connor just went ahead and
Pathed
it.
Yep. So we have confirmation that he did at least bring in those
Ugh.
path exiles.
Playing with that path.
Yeah, that path's. So, my rank of paths go the one true path, which is the Rebecca Gay path.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That is is that Gay or Tree? That's Rebecca. Okay.
Yeah,
After that, I'm actually fine with the original art.
I like F&M slightly more.
I think that they're both fine.
Yeah.
And seeing as that the best path is like $20, I don't fault people for not playing it.
Oh yeah.
$60 if you're trying to buy Japanese.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, I sure thought about it. I sure looked at it and went,
So Alex brought in their braids.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
not surprising at all.
Kills dudes, kills vials.
Kills
does it
Vial. If Connor's hand was dependent on that Vial, he's now put in a bad spot.
He
Yeah.
has a lot of lands, it looks like.
Yeah.
Port, 2 planes, a prelate, and a flicker.
Prelate on one, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
gotta be on one.
Always just name one. Shuts off a good portion of Alex's deck, even
It shuts off his removal, his cantrips, and his discard.
removal, cantrip,
And
discards, bolts, and he's not going to have spell piercers anymore, but if he had them, they'd be shut off too.
This Bitter Blossom, though.
That Bitter Blossom's got to be a problem.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see it take over this game.
Yeah, Connor's going to need to find something contested soon, because if he doesn't, then those 1/1s are going to start to be a problem.
What does he really have to deal with that?
I deal with it, nothing really.
Okay.
He mostly just has ways to go over top of it, like Batterskull and stuff like that. But
He needs to draw a quick Batterskull or like a Mirren Crusader.
yeah, something that just allows him to kind of race the damage that's coming down. Mirren Crusader would be good. If you bind the Council's Judgments, those can answer the Bitter Blossom.
That's fair, and I don't see a reason to not bring those in.
I mean, the only reason I could see is that they are 3 mana, and that they are slightly inefficient in this matchup, but they are removal.
Yeah, it's fair.
So,
Oh, that's a recruiter.
that's a Recruiter.
That's a
So
good place to start.
Recruiter can he can either go for the Batterskull here. Just hope that Alex has no counter spells, and there's a good chance he doesn't. Or he could go for a Recruiter, pick up. There are many things he could go for: Stoneforge Mystic, Athalia,
Alex has 2 cards.
Palace Jailer. Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like it might just have to be going for a Batterskull,
Mm.
Butterskull.
it's that, or you could go for the long game plan and just go for the Recruiter, get the Stoneforge Mystic, and then try to set up Batterskull plus Sword of Fire and Ice.
Yeah.
It's just really how pressured you feel right now, and I think you have a couple turns.
Oh yeah, he has some turns till those Bitter Blossom starts being a huge deal, and I believe he has a Flicker Wisp.
Now,
He doesn't?
he doesn't?
I don't know.
I don't know. What I was going to say is, now, once that Delver flips, the clock does amp up.
That's what I was gonna. Yeah, he has a Flicker Wisp. He could potentially use the Flicker Wisp to reset the Delver for a turn.
Yeah.
It's not great, but sometimes you got to do it.
Alright, so I would imagine we're going to see the play I described.
Yeah, grab Stoneforge.
Grab Stoneforge, hope to grab Sword of Fire and Ice.
Yeah.
Or almost always Jite, actually.
Jite does seem real good.
It does handle the Bitter Blossom.
Why are you shuffling? Just cast it.
Yeah, there are certain situations where shortcutting is something you want to avoid. High level play, in general, avoid shortcutting. FNMs, game nights, non-comp REL, events in someone's basement. These are all places where I avoid.
There's no reason to not just shortcut there.
Yeah.
It's just while you have your hand in your
Well-
deck in your hand, cast the Stoneforge.
It's gonna bother me more if he gets a Sword of Fire and Ice, because the Sword of Fire and Ice was directly in the bottom of his deck.
It still was.
So he could have just been like, here it is.
yeah, like just don't shuffle yet. Cast it while still holding your deck.
So I don't know if you saw, but I did do the thing in the game against Kirby where I put I left the dual land on top of my library, cracked a fetch to grab it, and just took off top and just shuffled.
Didn't notice that.
Yeah, I did that once.
Nice. You also like got wrecked
I
by Liliana.
sure did. Game 1 both times. Look at him go. So so I was talking to him as game 2 started, and I was just kind of like, could you please not do that again? And he just draws for turn and he laughs because apparently he didn't have it,
Mhm.
but then he drew into it.
He drew the second Mox.
Yep. And that was an issue for me because Turn 1 Liliana is real good.
Oh yeah. So Alex deployed a Gurmag.
Hand in my deck. I hate when I get my hand stuck in my deck. Okay.
Yeah, man. I can't words. Don't judge me.
Okay, this entire game's getting to the point where it's gonna get weird.
I mean, I like weird.
Alright.
Ooh, Flicker Boy.
Flicker Wisp.
Yep, resetting the Delver.
That's a play you can make.
It is. Is it better than just swordsing?
If he's making this play, what I have to imagine we're gonna see here is
Did he draw the Batter Skull too?
I believe he had the Batter Skull in hand already.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I think that he's gonna be putting the Batter Skull in play on Alex's end of turn, and then going for the sword the next turn.
Okay, I can see that.
Because hooking up the Batter Skull is a way to race all of these Bitter Blossom tokens. And we do see at least some number of Force Will, so I imagine Alex kept in probably at least 2.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 3 at max.
Yeah, the recruiter's kind of done its job. I think you just need to soak up the damage, because at least the prelate is cutting off removal and cantripping.
Yep, I think that was perfectly fine here. And if Alex had an Abrade here, he would have snapped off end of turn.
Oh yeah.
So Connor knows that his Batter Skull is safe here. And he also knows that there's not going to be like a stifle or anything like that.
Yeah. That is one big germ.
And Alex does have infinite jump blockers for it, but that's not a game he's winning.
Oh no. It'll put Connor so far, like, he'll start gaining so much life that, you know, making a chump blocker for 1 life will actually just kill Alex eventually.
It'll kill Alex, and Alex is never going to be able to get damage through.
Correct.
Because he can only attack for a couple, like, he can attack for 5 damage in the air every turn, and that Grimlock Angler can't get through anymore because of, just concede.
Can he attack for 5 in the air?
His 2 tokens and his...
There's a Flicker Wisp.
You got me. He can attack.
He
It
can
won't
attack.
get through. He can attack.
That is a thing he can do.
Alright, so Alex getting 2-0'd by death and taxes.
So let's see, taxes versus loam?
Yep, taxes versus loam. I'm actually going to go ahead and just pull up the loam.
Heck yeah, Academy Rector.
Alright, so that's... Yeah, let's pull up a card that's more representative of 4-color loam here. What is it? You know what it is. It's your boy. Assassin's Trophy. There it is. The new card in the deck.
Seems real good against a lot of decks in Legacy.
I mean, so it's good against Death and Taxes because it allows you a way to answer the Batter Skull.
And giving them a plains doesn't matter.
Given planes doesn't matter. You can answer their ports, their wastelands, their whatevers if those are giving you problems. It's a really neat card.
It's good against most builds of Delver currently.
I also like that it's slightly better, at least game one against even against Storm decks, because occasionally just destroying one of their lands is good enough.
Oh yeah.
So
Storm generally plays a swamp and an island. Sometimes 3 basics.
it's either Swamp Island or Double Island Swamp.
Yeah.
So at max 3, and against the bigger the Tanfins decks, you can theoretically hope that killing their Grizzlebrand is good enough.
Yeah.
A lot of times it won't be.
Correct.
But it's something you didn't have previously.
Yeah.
Was that like 6 of the 7 same cards that you had?
So, against taxes, I have to feel that this deck is favored.
Yeah, you got removal, your creatures all do things.
And the Thali effects, they hurt you a little bit, but you can play through them very well. Only
Yeah.
thing that kind of hurts is that your Chalice of the Voids are not at their best in this matchup, but
That's fair.
that's fine, whatever.
Yeah. Theoretically, you have 5 cards that don't do anything in this matchup.
Yeah.
Chalice and the 1 Teague. The best thing Teague's doing is a 2/2.
One thing I do want to bring up about this deck, specifically about the match I played against it, is I did make a huge punt the game that I Snapcastered back the Council's Judgment. I should have hit the
Mox?
Chalice on one.
Oh, the Chalice one. Okay.
I forgot that the deck played Toxic Deluge.
That's
so
fair.
I thought his only way of answering my true name was with a Liliana plus a way of killing the other creature.
That's fair.
So cutting off his draws was better, but given that I should have killed the Chalice, and I got punished for it because I drew 2 1-drops, and those theoretically could have digged me into something.
Oh, yeah. We also talked about a line where you theoretically hit one of the Mox.
I
felt like my input was him having 2 kind of makes that line not great. If you had 1, because you had the back to basics, it seems better.
I thought about it for a little bit, and basically what you said.
Yeah, if he had 2 Mox and 1 basics, so it was already not doing much. But if he only had 1 Mox, 1 basics, I think the line is much better.
Yeah, I just thought that it wasn't good enough value,
That's fair.
basically. It was tempting, though.
Go ahead and tell them they're good to go.
Yeah, yep.
You are good to go.
They're shuffling. Michael, I'm going to leave you alone for 1 second. I am thirsty.
Why would you do this to me? I'm not good at talking to people. It's making all the noise. God. Oh, you're back.
Oh, I'm back.
Should have opened that in there so we don't get a loud crack
Nah,
on the mic.
nah.
You having some trouble?
I don't know if anyone's ever opened a can before.
Cans don't exist.
It's hard. I cannot do it.
You can't see this, but I'm giving him a look.
See,
I'm very disappointed in you.
now I get looks a lot.
Do you?
And honestly, I don't feel like much is missed by having a face cam for the commentary, and I feel like it would damage the stream more than help it. But if there was a cam, you would just constantly see me feeling satisfied with myself.
You should probably change it. This isn't Alex.
Nah.
I feel like Kirby would be offended.
I mean, maybe. Do they know? No, Kirby's just waiting on Connor.
Yeah, Connor's taking a lot of mulligans.
That's already looking great for Kirby, seeing as he's going to have a turn 1 Liliana the Bell.
Oh, Connor's on 4.
Oh.
Ooh, this turn 1 Lily.
I-
Did you just concede?
I don't actually think Kirby has it, but if he has it, I'd be... Wait, what?
Connor was on the play. Wait, does he not have lands?
He sure does not have that.
I'm sorry.
I hope Kirby has an Abrupt Decay here.
Oh man.
Played against Stephen Texas, which is like generally unmatched.
Do you just waste them? Oh, no, you just play that Bob.
No, you just don't even care.
Get your wubs going. Well, I mean, Connor's drawing into
It's
lands.
like you have to draw well, and they can just draw mediocre. To place piece a bunch of cards that are bad.
All right, so
A bunch of cards just so they whoops and then
Stoneforge is good.
you get side use.
It's not.
I don't like those.
Doesn't survive punishing fire though.
You think Beast Skull is the best one there? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably. I think that the fact that it does something by itself is good, as compared to the other equipments you could theoretically get. And that punishing fire, man, let me tell you,
It's a good Magic card.
Connor was already not having a good game, but jeez. So
The Wasteland's not huge there because Connor still gets to keep his Aether Vial, but
No.
it is going to keep him from, like, deploying 2 things.
it's not huge, but it's one of those incremental things where it's just like every little thing that Kirby's doing matters, and every little step that Connor is missing matters. And
Ooh, that's a night.
that is a Knight of the Reliquary. If Connor does not have access to Swords Plowshares, that's gonna pretty quickly end the
Well, Kirby can't play it right
game. Didn't he have a white mana in hand?
now. Did he?
Nope, he
Nope.
does not. Okay.
He has a Bayou and... I'm assuming that's a Psycho Land. I don't know if he's playing, like, a Cabal Pit.
Yeah. Now,
Let's look.
let's look. He has one Cabal Pit.
Yeah, it might be a Cabal Pit.
Okay.
I hope it is. That card seems great.
So, one small note about Assassin's Trophy. In this exact scenario is that this is one of those times where it would be a lot worse than Abrupt Decay, because hitting that Aether Vial isn't as good when you still give your opponent mana.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a small note.
What is he going to do?
I would imagine he's
3?
naming 3.
Why would he name 3?
Why not 2?
2 seems like the best.
I don't.
So... Oh, he's
Liliana.
afraid of Liliana.
He's afraid of Liliana, but you can only play around so much. What you do, however, know about is that Punishing Fire.
Correct.
And, like, I respect the fact that you're playing around the Liliana, but I don't think you have the room to play around the Liliana.
No, you just have to shut him off that P-Fire.
Especially because the
Because-
P-Fire just kills it.
Yeah, and he has 2 in his graveyard currently?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like this is... He's considering this Assassin's Trophy in the...
I don't think he needs to.
Nah. He's just gonna
Um,
P-Fire.
now, what Kirby could be concerned about here is another Sanctum Prelate.
Oh, yeah.
Because if Connor's able to get a Sanctum Prelate off on 2 as well as 3, that does shut off Kirby from doing a lot of things.
Nah, he's got a Cabal Pit.
He has Gall Pit. You got me there.
Like 72.
That's part of the cycle that needs Threshold to activate, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Along with such exciting cards as Land That Shocks.
Cephalid Coliseum as well.
Oh yeah, that one. That's the one that
Mhm.
people play in Magic the Gathering
Yeah.
tournaments.
I mean, people also play Cabal Pit.
And Barbarian.
You can't prove that.
Some people play Barbarian Ring.
Those people are just basically barbarians. All right. So real talk. What are your thoughts on that Assassin Trophy?
As a card or right here?
Right in this exact scenario of it being casted.
I mean, it's... Oh, he hit the Aether Vial.
Yes.
Yeah, seems fine.
Okay.
He has ways to deal with the Sanctum Prelate. Now, if, like, Connor specifically goes... Like... Land another Sanctum Prelate, it feels bad. Well, that's pretty niche.
It's pretty niche.
Considering he already knows one of the cards in Connor's hand.
Yeah.
Which is the Batter Skull.
Now this Mother Runes is coming down, but it's coming down a bit too late here.
Oh, yeah.
Kirby's going to be forced into killing it, which does give Connor another chance of drawing into something relevant, but there's nothing really relevant he can draw into.
You're an Abrupt Decay.
Oh, that's also pretty good.
The one thing, the, like, one saving grace for Connor is that currently this Grove is the only red source for the P-Fire.
It's slowing down the P-Fire, but the thing is, Connor doesn't have enough resources to take advantage of that.
Oh no, it's not great, but like,
It's you are correct. It's something.
let's go ahead and get rid of dudes.
Yep. And that Cabal Pit is also almost active, which not currently hugely relevant, but it could be later down the road.
Do you just get the sword here?
He already has the Battle
Sword.
Skull.
Yeah, he has Battle Skull.
Yeah.
Like, sword seems better than GT. GT's like generally a good card, but he needs to just draw into things. Try to, but anyway.
And if he's able to successfully equip it, then it gives protection from P-Fire.
Yes. It feels like it's gonna be hard to do though.
Like he's pretty hard locked out of playing creatures at this point. Also, I see a Liliana of the Bell being pulled to the front of Kirby's hand there.
Alex is talking about some lines behind us, it sounds like.
Kirby doing a lot of head mass.
Looks like he's wanting to cast this Loam.
Okay.
If he has a card to cast, that's better.
Why does he want this Wasteland? Oh, okay, that makes more sense. It just gives him access to more colored mana.
Sure. Okay.
This is fine.
I think this just allows him to better set up his punishing fire lines, and then next turn he's gonna have to safely resolve this with Liliana. And like,
Yeah.
what does Connor do?
He was turning a colorless only land into a rainbow land, basically.
Yeah.
Do we just go like Liliana uptick Knight?
Whoops, I won the game. You don't even play the match.
Yep.
You can play it.
Is there a reason not to play Liliana first?
I think that was not great sequencing on Kirby's part, but it wouldn't have mattered, I don't think.
That's fair.
Like, I think Connor would have held the swords, but...
Ooh, the one not matching planes. Actually, he has two. Never mind.
Oh, son of a... I didn't start the timer.
I'll get wrecked. I don't think it's gonna matter.
No. Let's call that it's been going on for 5 minutes, so, like, if it gets to be 5 minutes, we'll call the timer.
That's reasonable.
Heck it, we'll just let it play.
Yeah.
Let it run.
Pick up the P-Fire, probably pitch it.
Yep. No,
Play this other night.
he's got this fun little engine going on where the Liliana doesn't actually negatively impact him.
Correct. Yep, and Connor's had enough.
Yeah, he sure did. All right, so let's look at Loam first.
Those are some cards.
Those sure are. You got Liliana's, you got Golgari Charms, you got swords, and you have your Assassin Trophy. The Planeswalkers are good, but I don't know if you want to plan for getting them on the board. You're probably able to.
Garruk seems like the better of the two, though. It at least is a removal spell.
Yeah.
That also just, like, gives you guys.
Garruk is either a removal spell or a token generator, and that feels really strong, whereas the Janny's Vengeant is not as impactful. Like, it can Lightning Helix something, but that isn't necessarily even all that great, and the uptick a lot of times isn't going to be at its strongest.
So let's see. We take out these 4 chalices and this Gaddock.
Yep, that's 5 cuts. You bring in the Liliana, the Golgari Charm, probably the swords, the Assassin Trophy maybe, and then the Garruk if you want to cut one other card.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
And yeah.
It's pretty kind of straightforward, honestly. Not much to talk about sideboarding for this.
Alright, and then from the Death and Taxes side, they bring in magic cards. Probably probably the Resin Pieces.
Yeah. Judgments.
Judgments. Gideon's seem...
Gideon and Ballista.
I don't know how I feel about Ballista personally here.
I just like the card.
That's understandable.
I think, like, he's trying it out. I think he should just be jamming it whenever he can.
Shame him. Go against Storm, jam it.
I mean, that's, like, one of the few times he shouldn't jam it.
10 fins. If you put it on 14,
Uh-huh.
you can kill their Grizzlebrand.
Correct.
And you have 8, 12, you have more than 14 mana. You can cast it on 10.
What are we cutting here?
Alright. What are we cutting? Shoot. I do not know.
I I don't even know if there's enough cuts. I don't like cutting anything.
You're definitely cutting something. It's just
GTA?
maybe.
I don't like GTA in this matchup.
GTA feel pretty.
It feels
medium.
bad cutting like one of your Stoneforge things, but like
You could, in theory, cut down on some number of your swords to plowshares.
Thalia seems not amazing.
Thalia does feel at her weakest here, especially if you bring in your Gideons and your Council's Judgments.
Yeah.
So I could see cutting down on those.
Are Sanctum Prelates that good?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that being also shut off their punishing fire matters a lot.
That's fair.
I think that's enough.
Yeah, it's fair.
Just
Y'all are good to go whenever. Connor's shirt though.
yep. That sure is a shirt that Connor owns and is wearing on his back and his front. None on the sides.
Yeah, a little bit on the sides.
A little bit on the sides.
Yeah, it got some sleeves.
Some sleeves. I did not paint it. I wanted to.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Speaking of sleeves, how do you feel about Connor's sleeves?
Just
Just green.
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 What type are they?
I don't know. Probably bad.
It kind of looks like they're eclipses. They're eclipses. I think that I would not recommend eclipses if you're playing in tournaments.
Correct.
They're fine for like FNMs, game nights, whatever. They shuffle like they are the best to shuffle sleeves out of the pack.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Don't get them for tournaments. Don't get them if you like foils. You were not like you cannot tell your cards have foils in them.
So I actually had with full art foils I actually like them more than regular sleeves.
Okay.
I think that they highlight it pretty well, but everything else they kind of just dull the foiling.
Yes.
Big issue being though that they get marked super easy. So if you don't want that disqualification,
Frosted front sleeves blue. I would agree.
yes, that is in fact a statement that Michael agrees with, and I also agree with.
Thank you. It looks like we're good to go.
Yep. Kind of just having a plain start here.
Planes go.
No turn 1 Aether Vial, no turn 1 Mother.
Well, apparently we're buying it.
Fetch go. Ooh, we got a slow game.
Looks like Connor picked up a Swords Plowshares here, and he doesn't have a 2-drop either.
Who do you think is favored in land go? You think it's 4-color loam?
I think it's 4-color alone.
Okay.
I think it's the deck that has a land synergy in it. I also see that Kirby's holding on to this Mox Diamond,
Yeah, he's
waiting
casting
till the turn that he wants to use it.
Yeah, it's just like, in the off chance Connor wants to do something about them, just don't give him a chance to interact with it until you do your thing.
Mm-hmm. And you want a deck that cares about getting out your 0-drop artifacts before the Thalia hits the board, because you can just like pay for them whenever, whatever. There are certain situations where if you're playing a deck like Sean's or like Tess or Ant, you want to just throw down your 0-drops
Mm-hmm.
if you can't win, because Thalia is a problem. Oop.
3 manas. Liliana,
Yep, that's... Ooh.
the powerhouse.
She does some heavy lifting as a card.
The girl, the mythic rare, the legend, because they're legendary now.
She's a legend now. You got me.
I'll see myself out.
I mean, I doubt it's the worst joke that's been made here.
Yeah, you. I'm sure you've said something worse. Discarding Bob. You don't see that often.
It was a pretty good joke, though, I'm gonna be honest.
Thank you.
So, what we can assume from discarding the Bob is that Kirby thinks that he has enough cards in hand to
That's
do
fair.
things. And looking
Yeah.
at his hand,
Oh, he just had another Bob. That
I
makes
would
more sense.
agree. Okay. So he's
Is
going.
that just like a pack foil Golgari charm?
Yeah.
Why does that watermark look weird?
There's a signature up top of it.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
So Kirby not upticking here because he's holding Knight of the Valor Quarry.
Yeah, he doesn't want to pitch his only threat currently.
He values the 1 Knight in his hand more than 1 additional loyalty on Liliana, plus 1 of 3 cards in Connor's hand.
I would agree that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Especially because Connor just has to deal with this Bob, so there's a good chance that, you know, he might not have something to deal with the Knight, and Knight ends games pretty quickly.
Yeah. Counter choosing to get the Stoneforge Mystic, which feels fine. Palace Jailer would also be an interesting decision, but Kirby could pretty easily play around that by just not playing creatures.
Oh, we got a
But
loam.
getting the Monarch would be decently strong.
Okay. Yeah, we can just freely discard this loam.
Yep. Discard that loam. Next turn, just dredge it, most likely.
Yeah. We're just going for it. Probably B-Skull.
I think that he has to go B-Skull here. I don't think you can reliably plan on getting off your... I think that the sword plan is too slow.
I saw the Gideon when he was searching his deck, so that's the thing he did.
Okay. So Gideon feeling not best right now because he's low on lands, but you can see how, in theory, in a situation like we're in right now, if there's a Gideon in play, Connor would just be really far ahead.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Kirby won game 1.
Yeah.
God, I am just the best.
That's fair. I mean, I didn't remind you, so
Yeah, that's fine.
that's because I forgot. I ain't gonna lie.
On the upside, you don't have to put creatures.
Ooh. Very
Okay.
macabre, as some people say.
So he's going to go ahead and just hit that Life and Loam before Kirby can dredge it, and then hit a sword or other thing.
Probably some lands to make that Knight smaller, because nothing else really matters, because there's no P-Fire in there right now.
Yep. Hit a Wasteland or something.
Yeah, I believe there's a dual land and a Wasteland in the grave right now.
Kirby's not a Cannon Fury.
Now, one thing of note is that Connor is doing this on upkeep, so if Kirby had something to draw a card, he does not.
Yeah.
Um,
Alex was asking if he had a Canopy, and he does not.
No, I would already pay attention to that. He is able to get Cabal Pit, though.
His lands that draw a card are some cycle lands, that's it.
Yep. Cycle lands don't do a ton with Knight of the Reliquary,
Correct.
unfortunately.
You can't even get them. Well, yeah, you can. I mean, there's no point in doing it, but
You can get any land.
I can.
Alright, so now Connor's in a real weird spot by continuing to hold on to that Battle Skull. Because
Yeah, if he plays his land to try to get up to a Batterskull, Liliana just takes him away. If he plays the lands, then... Or if he doesn't play the lands, then he's discarding the lands. And he's
And-
never casting this B-Skull unless he finds another Stoneforge.
and if he picks up another Stoneforge, then he's gonna have to just pitch a sword or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that he might have been better served to keep that Aether Vial there. The turn that he discarded the Aether Vial instead just discard the Battle Skull.
I can see... And look, there's even a Stoneforge.
But you just don't grab anything now.
Nah. If you left GT in his deck, do you grab it and pitch to thin your deck?
So we are getting close to the point that Kirby can do something about Liliana.
Kirby can do something about Liliana?
Kirby can do something with the Liliana
Oh, with
ultimate.
Liliana. Oh, the ultimate, yeah.
Like, even right now, he's not going to do it, but just, like, throwing it out there, if you were to minus and split the piles of one Plains, a Stoneforge Mystic, and the other creature into one pile, and then Plains Shadowport in the other pile, no matter what happens, Connor's going to be left with one land because Kirby can get a Wasteland. And then if he keeps the two creatures, oh no, he has two bad creatures
And one land.
and one land.
Yeah, those seem like the best piles there if he goes for an ultimate.
But I think at this point, just holding on Liliana has more value.
Yeah.
That's just something that he has available to him.
That looked like another Lily. I couldn't tell. I thought I saw like loyalty numbers.
No Liliana, just easy discard bait.
Yeah. Ooh, he just ulted.
Okay. What do you think the over-under on the exact split I mentioned happening is?
100% exact split.
Okay. Actually, wait, no. Yeah, he does this. I like putting the planes with the Stoneforge.
I actually just like the split you said more.
So
honestly.
the reason that I'm rethinking it is because it doesn't really change anything. Only thing it changes is that if you put the plains and the Stoneforge and the Schadenport in one pile, and Kirby keeps that, then he's just gonna be left with a Stoneforge because the Wasteland happens. And if he takes the plains pile, like this way, he will have been left with 1 land plus 1 creature.
I guess that's fair.
So, not that huge a fan of that
What
split.
land are we looking for? Just gonna cast this Liliana, make a sack. Oh, it's that Liliana.
Oh, it's not Liliana. Never mind then. That's fine.
I don't think Connor can win from this position.
Nope. He's dead. It was well played from his side. He lost. Kirby played some spells, and Connor couldn't do anything about those spells.
Yep.
Good times. Oh, he's even -2ing now.
Yeah, there's like the slight upside. He gets a creature he can bring. Oh, he has Skrillex, yeah.
Yep.
And then like he mills some lands and he makes his Night bigger. I see no reason to not just do it.
The Knight's currently a 9/9.
Yeah.
That is a big Knight.
Yeah, Knight's real big. He does 2 3-mana spells. Hey, look there.
Connor's holding on to Mirran Crusader and some other 3-drop. So, went ahead and saw pretty convincing win there from Kirby's side. Let's see, what else did Kirby play against? He also played against Stoneblade. Oh, he played against me. Wow. Kirby's 2-0. Anyways, so we saw Forkolome beat Stoneblade pretty convincingly. Stoneblade player not that great.
Stoneblade player's fine. He just didn't draw well.
Saw the Tin Fins player lose to the Stoneblade player because Tin Fins.
Yeah.
Saw the Tin Fins player lose to Rector Fit because Tin Fins-
Overwhelming splendor.
Overwhelming splendor, yes.
That's all we got.
We got 10.
What? What's going? Oh, me and you? All right, let's go. Apparently, me and Kirby are gonna play.
All
So let's see how that goes.
All right. See if you can get Connor. If not, I'll just solo this. So Kirby is finna do a match with Michael, and seeing as we still have plenty of time, we're good to go and do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and reset everything and see that happen. Boop, boop, boop. What am I? Michael Rector. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and change all that, and this should be interesting enough. I'm not sure if I'm getting Connor back. Okay.
Yeah, I have tomorrow off, so I can go.
Okay, I didn't know for sure if you had to leave or not. So we're doing round 7 of 6 now. You're not Michael.
No, I'm not. I'm my own man. I was telling him, like, tonight's been good. Like, no one really got super blown out. Like,
No.
like you didn't win a round, but like, you played a lot of Magic.
Yeah. I felt that I played real sloppy against Kirby, if we're being honest. But I don't also think it would have mattered because Turn My Liliana is pretty good against me.
I'm still convinced that he cheated. Don't tell him.
It's understandable.
We had the screen off, so we didn't see you guys shuffle and present.
Yeah, he probably did cheat. He's just like, nah, I got this.
The bastard.
It's fine. I usually have a back and forth with Kirby. Like, I think that our win rate against each other is pretty even. So, you know.
what does this hand in my deck hate when I get my hand stuck in my deck?
Michael said something about getting his hand stuck in his deck or something. Like, he meant to say something else, and Kirby was just like...
Gosh, I hate when that happens.
Yeah, matchup, like, it didn't
were
look great for you, but...
Were they mulling to 4 and still actually playing Magic, though?
Like, yeah, no, like, the fact that you did something on the mull to 4 as opposed to just, you know, losing
Yeah.
was something.
I'm really sad that Flicker Wisp wasn't the Plains that was the next card, because then it was like, oh, well, I don't die.
Yeah, that's fair.
I find Batterskull, I put it on there, I win.
Yeah. Thing that we've seen tonight, Liliana the Veil doing work.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. She even ultimating against you. So that was neat.
So I was kind of hoping he got greedy,
Mhm.
and did lands creatures like just separated.
Mhm.
In which case, like any 3-drop is a live draw, but that
So-
didn't happen.
I didn't know when I was talking about his split before I realized he had a Liliana last up in his hand, because what I originally suggested was splitting Plains Rashad Import creature and then Plains creature, because if you kept the Rashad Import Plains creature pal, he can 2 to 4 wasteland you and leave you with 1 Plains, 1 creature. But the fact that he had the Liliana to deploy it didn't even matter.
I still think that option's better,
Yeah.
because I'm going to keep the higher land count regardless of what you split.
Mm-hmm.
In a deck full of, like, if I find Mirror and Crusader, like I said, like that game was
Yeah.
very much like shifted back towards me, because unless he found Punishing Fire, he couldn't kill it.
Mm-hmm.
No, like the Taxes player, especially like if I'm behind on lands, like you're gonna take the larger land pile
Yeah.
versus like if you left me Stoneforge with a land and then like Recruiter in 2 lands, I'm gonna keep the 2 lands no matter what they are,
Yeah. And
even
then,
if you wasteland me. Like
yeah, and then you wasteland you, and I don't think you can win from that point. But being able to deploy the Liliana, like I don't think that really mattered a ton. But there definitely could have been a lot more points gained from how we
Yes.
split them. The 2 planes just felt weird to me.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Now, I
Michael's mulliganed and he's pulling a Kirby.
just throwing them. I do not know if they know they can start, but I think they're just resolving mulligan. So
Yeah, Michael's still mulliganing. He
Yeah.
had 6 in hand.
all right, he was trying to
Retro
decide whether or not
bottom?
he wants to keep. I think that he has a can with only planes. They do not know they can start.
Oh yeah, that's me. I'm on the other side. Y'all can start.
So
You mix up my chair, man. I'm gonna mess it up.
it happens. Michael's hand's not good. If that's his only land.
Also, I said earlier when Kirby was playing against you, foiling the Bobs, they don't miss now. Like
Yeah.
he didn't miss a single one. Like it was all a good card.
Man, I gotta tell you, when Michael's deck doesn't draw well, it looks like such a train wreck. Like, no disrespect to him or the deck, but like it's one of those decks
No.
that the bad draws just look really silly. Because he got like these planeswalkers.
Well, it's like, were you playing Legacy at the store when I was playing like Mono Red Welder?
Maybe a little bit, but I don't think we played against each other a ton.
That's fair. Is that Forest? Okay, we're business. We're in business.
Okay, that's fine.
Doesn't miss. There were hands with that deck that I believe someone asked me, and I quote, "Did you sit at the wrong tables?"
That is fair.
Because like 80% of the deck was a commander deck, and then like there were other hands that like Mike Hall would walk by and be like, "Hey, send me the deck list later," because it was like, turn 1, Chalice on 1, turn 2, play Cavern, put a Welder into play, Ichor Wellspring, turn 3, like Tormenting Voice, pitching Sundering Titan, welding it in, blowing up all your lands.
Yeah. No, it's one that, like, there are some sweet decks in Legacy and Modern that, like, when they work, they look really fun and good, but when they don't, they just kind of,
Yeah,
yeah.
which is why like there is a metagame because these decks have a proven consistency
Mhm.
and record to back them up.
Hey, look, it's another one
Oh,
of
yeah,
these.
Liliana on turn 2, not turn 1.
Now, Michael's deck is good against Kirby's plan of trying to, like, take you out of resources mana-wise, because, like, you have Veteran Explorer,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a bunch of basics.
It lets you jump ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, Kirby is going to get, what, 2 lands off of this? He has 2 basics, I think?
He has 1 forest and...
No swamp or anything?
No,
Just the 1 forest?
just the 1 forest.
Oh, yeah, I had to run a swamp because I was missing a second bayou.
Okay. So he does get 1 basic land. It's not the end of the world for Michael, but it is decent for Kirby.
Mm-hmm. Does not miss.
Does not miss,
But
but...
it's not really relevant.
and it looks like Michael's going to have to put a Planeswalker in play next turn.
So he has an Ugin in his hand, and he has a second copy. So he has all of his options open right now.
Yeah.
What would you grab?
Probably the Ugin. -3, XL Liliana, and Dark Confidant.
Yeah, seems good. you get rid of your board too, but
You get whatever you board,
So,
but...
like- okay. So here was the line of thought that I had with that is that like Kirby has Loam online now,
yeah.
and he has plenty of mana.
Okay.
I actually can see getting Karn
Okay.
and then ticking down 1 to remove probably Liliana. What does that one do? I know that +2 is exile your opponent's top card until you hit a spell.
That's
It's one
yeah.
of the pluses.
His +1 is each opponent discards 2 cards from
Kirby
his or her
doesn't care.
hand.
He has Loam. Discarding
Yeah.
is not going to be effective.
-4 deals 7 damage. This one's not good.
No.
Um,
The other one just destroys non-creature permanents and then steals creatures, right?
that sounds accurate, but I'm gonna double check.
It's
Let's see.
the
It's
lower one
this
because it's the
one.
new art.
Destroy target non-creature permanent, gain control of target creature, and deal 7 damage to a target player, and they discard 7 cards and sacrifice
Yep.
7 permanents.
Yeah. I personally like Karn, just
Mhm.
for the exiling effect is more relevant against Kirby, especially if you start going after his lands.
Yeah.
If he gets Ugin, I would like to see him bolt the Bob and then wait to exile next turn.
Okay, I think that's fair. Because you get to,
What
or
is- Oh, he's leaving. Okay.
or he could just play the Rector Academy Rector. Jeez.
And get wrecked.
Yeah.
And
He has so many targets with that are just good.
well, that was a decay on evolution, so I don't believe he has a sack outlet. I think he has 3 Rectors in hand. I mean, granted, you can just hold them up. He can't attack you. He'll just make you discard.
He
and
can't
then
attack you.
Ult, but
He can't exile anything of yours.
did we draw a thing? Is that a therapy? Is that?
It looks like the 7-drop enchantment, the curse.
Oh, okay. I mean, he's almost able to cast it,
He's almost able to cast it.
and it's good against Kirby because he has to sack a creature or planeswalker or he loses 5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh look, great spell. I mean, there's not really a bad hit in this deck, I guess.
No.
That helps.
I don't know what enchantment Michael gets here. I'm guessing maybe Overwhelming Splendor.
I think Splendor is. It doesn't shut off Liliana though, actually. So
It
maybe
doesn't-
not.
Does it not?
No, you can activate mana abilities and loyalty abilities.
Oh.
Do you Omniscience so you can play your hand out?
Omniscience.
Because his hand is Ugin and the curse you said,
Yeah.
and then more Rectors. So you just play them out, and then like, what are
Hope-
you gonna do? Lily ult me?
Yeah. It's that or go for the Sandworm Convergence, but that is kind of weak to the Liliana ultimate, and if Kirby has an Assassin's Trophy, you just lose.
Yeah, I like going for Omniscience. You'll get to cast 1 card. I would lead with Ugin.
Yeah.
Because then you can -3, and then if he hits the Omniscience, cool. You'll get another basic, and you can actually start dropping your heavy stuff,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to just free casting. Green Sun for 2 grabs Scoos.
I'm thinking he's going to grab Gaddock Teague.
Oh, that's fair. That shuts off the Omniscience plan, I guess.
Shuts off the Omniscience, shuts off Eureka.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting he has that card in his deck.
Yeah. Omniscience, the best thing Omniscience can do is cast a Living Wish for an Emrakul.
So, with the Gaddock Teague in play, his options are getting a Rector to die via therapy or the land, Phyrexian Tower.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he has, what is that?
That's
Nicol
Nicol
Bolas.
Bolas.
Damn.
That's the
For
God
a second
Pharaoh.
it looked like Evolution, but I forgot he only has 1 main board.
Yeah. This game, not looking good for Michael here.
So like, if you're Kirby, you have a Lily at 6, you have a board that you really want to start attacking with. Not sure, I mean, I don't know if I like attacking here, because if he's not afraid of a Planeswalker, then
I mean,
he can just Assassin's Trophy it if you get it on his turn, and you don't get anything out of it.
mm-hmm.
I don't know, like, here, especially because that's the one he actually needs to die, so he can go get Splendor to turn off Teague, and then the other one can go grab a Planeswalker.
Mm-hmm.
There's some weird lines with this. I love this deck. This is sweet.
Yeah. No, this game's real neat. I think if Kirby slips up, he could lose this game. But I think if he keeps a firm control of what's going on, he should win.
Mm-hmm. Because ulting Lily, you don't want to give him the option to sack one of these things unless you have that trophy.
Yeah.
Because that is your only answer to one of these things coming down.
It's also one of those situations where, like, if you're on Kirby's side, there's so much to think about because this deck could be running anything.
Yeah.
And,
And-
like, what random Planeswalker could possibly beat me in this situation? What random enchantment could possibly beat me in this
There's
situation?
the Karns. That one's out now too. It's
Uh,
just gonna get discarded.
so he's down to a very low number of Planeswalkers.
Okay. If you're gonna attack with that one. Go get Mazevith. Don't care.
Yep. And now Kirby's just gonna play for that long game.
Actually, he might just go get a Grove
Yeah.
because he's got one fire in yards. That would let him do it every turn. Nope, nice.
Okay. It looks like he thought about not doing it and then changed his mind again.
Yeah.
And now he's just gonna try to wait till a point that he feels safe enough popping both Rectors and then can kill.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're also at this stage where it's 1 damage a turn.
Yep.
By the way, I'm sure you guys realized it. I named 3 with that prelate,
Yes.
and I keep forgetting that Punishing Fire is 2 mana
Oh,
because it's always 3 mana.
okay. That explains a lot. We were like, why is he naming 3 when there's a punishing
But
fire?
the backup idea, which is why, like, because Kirby told me like I could change it. The backup was if I named 2, because he was setting up for double black. I was like, I just get Lilied and he does this anyway. I'd rather name 3 and make him like take a turn off to do it to buy me some more time.
Yeah. We came to the conclusion that we thought that you were just playing Liliana, and we were like kind of like still naming 2 because like at that point I don't think you gain a lot by playing Liliana because I don't think you can beat a Liliana.
Mm-hmm.
And
Not without a 2 creature turn
yeah.
and him just like not having Punishing Fire.
I think it's one of those situations where you just kind of have to hope, as bad as it may feel.
Yes, that is the Judge Promo Galactique.
Yes.
It's very pretty.
It is. It is. It doesn't translate as well on screen, but in person it looks really amazing. And Kirby's deck is pretty.
Yeah, if I didn't know what that is, it looks like a monkey.
It
It literally looks like some type of green-white ape card.
it really does now that you point it out, and that's not great.
Like I just see like Planet of the Apes, dude. What was it? Caesar is the main character.
Yes.
And just see him like standing there, like holding the gun. Like now I need an ultimate or altar of that.
Oh man. I wish I could afford regular blue white control, blue white red control instead of just bombing off random people.
Discard. Eureka!
Boy, that card's bad right now.
Is that another Rector? I think it's another Rector. Come at me, bro. I'm ripped. Play it. Yeah!
Oh man. So like
I can't tell if he's laughing at that play or laughing at hearing me.
so how does Kirby get out of this situation though?
I don't know, actually.
Like he
He can set up for an alpha swing with like a couple knights, but...
but
Oh. No, that's not good either.
if he kills the Rectors, then he can just get like Overwhelming Splendor, and the Alpha Strike's not even good.
That's what I'm saying, is that get more knights out than he has attackers,
Yeah. Okay.
and then one will connect. Or just enough damage to where he can't block all of it, because knights are currently 8,
Yes.
probably about to be 10, because he's pitching a loam and will dredge next turn.
So
He can also keep activating his knight if he has lands left to get. That's the other issue, is that he has 6 in graveyard, 10 on board. The deck usually plays, 24, 25 lands, I think?
certainly.
Should be on the...
Hello?
Where are you? Oh, there it is.
All right.
It's at the top.
27 lands.
Okay.
Yep.
So he has 11 lands left in deck, and most of them are probably going to be fetches.
Mm-hmm.
So
He has some number of Verdants and Windswept Heaths and a forest in his graveyard.
yeah, there's at least 2 of each fetch in his graveyard.
And
There's one knight, although he's running really low on life total.
he is running very low on life total, but if he begins to believe that life total is an issue, he can kill.
Yeah, he can just... because it's target player, right? He can just make himself sack. believe.
Or Punishing Fire.
Right, oh yeah, true.
he has enough ways to handle it. Though, if he keeps going really low, he will
Yeah,
eventually.
see now he's just attacking out. Because
Yeah.
even if he gets something, he should be able to push enough damage through. Yeah,
That is
you
an
got this
option
trick
available
too.
to- Yep. Okay. That's a really neat trick.
I did that once with a Batter Skull and Knight. Attacked with it. They went to block, activated,
Mm,
untapped, activated.
that's pretty good.
Or, I'm sorry. That doesn't work. What did I do with it? I think I untapped like another one to remove it from combat.
Mm-hmm.
Something weird. God damn it. If he keeps attacking with him, though, he's going to die. Like, he needs to just sit.
He needs to just
Let Bob kill Kirby.
He needs to sit, but he's also taking 2 a turn to these punishing fires.
He's taking... Oh, he has 2 groves now.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't really have another option. Like,
He doesn't, no. This entire game's not great, and it's now slipping out of his hands even if he finds a sack outlet.
low. Dipping low. This is a good game.
Oh,
Like,
this is...
It's one guy playing a bunch of basics and putting these really expensive 4-mana white creatures in play that do nothing. But it's great.
Alright, so... Kirby is at 4.
I don't believe he has a 4-drop in his main deck. So, he can't kill himself next turn.
He sacrificed the Bob. to
Yeah,
Liliana.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Look away for 1 second, and then I look like an idiot.
So he did that because I think he's at this point just scared of dipping too low off of it after an attack from like all
Well,
the
also,
vectors.
Michael could put a Nugan in play
Yeah,
and
and that
just
would
bolt his face.
that would be disastrous for him.
This is so silly. Kirby has, I believe, another knight in his hand. I would... Why is he attacking with these? I'm so lost.
Oh wait,
Just...
Nicol Godfarer still wins.
Which one? I thought he discarded it.
Oh, he super discarded that. Never mind. If
Yeah,
he still
that
had
was
it,
that was the first Lily discard.
yeah. I thought he discarded Nicol
Or the second one. I'm
Planeswalker.
sorry. He discarded the curse the first time. I'm confused. What? Is he punishing firing his Dryad to kill him? I don't know what's going on.
He. All right.
He blocked a Dryad so he didn't kill one.
Yep. He blocked one, mazed the other, took 2. Okay.
That's silly. That's so silly.
That was a long game.
I don't even want to look at sideboards. Like,
Yeah. Well, no. We're just gonna like be like whatever. They're doing some stuff in
yeah.
the sideboards.
Michael's gonna bring in ley lines, and cool. Like that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Oh man. It's always fun watching different random decks on Legacy go at it.
Yeah.
Or am I a little
Oh,
out
I
of
guess
touch
they're both bringing in ley lines, because it shuts off Rector.
now? It sure does.
And Explorer.
Shuts off Rector, shuts off
And
Explorer.
Michael doesn't have a way to get rid of those.
He has Reclamation Sages. That's it.
Oh yeah.
I
I mean, even if you're expecting that, you still leave them in sideboard, right?
yeah.
You have more ways to get the main board than you do.
You might bring in one.
I don't even like bringing in one.
That's fair. So just leave them both in the
Because
sideboard.
if your opening hand is like lands and 2 wishes, like you can get out of 2.
Yeah. All right. So then the Leylons, I feel like the Leylons are a lot more impactful for against Michael than they are against Kirby in that situation.
Yeah. So like, typically, Nick Fit will run Green Sun Zenith, correct?
I
Is that-
think
is
so.
that a nor-
Maybe. I don't. I cannot tell you enough about Nick Fit.
That's fair. I'm trying to remember back because like I've seen several people play it. over
I think
the
there are
years.
builds that run Green Sun Zenith.
Yeah. So like, I could see an argument for still having Green Sun, like 1 or 2.
Mhm.
Not trying to overload because like Eureka is ultimately just better.
Yeah.
But like being able to search up, like a Veteran Explorer to try and jump ahead on lands if you have a slower hand. Like it's just Veteran Explorer 5/6.
Yeah.
And then that's a situation where, like, sure, split your Rex Sages so that, like, you always have one that you can grab with 3 ways.
So in theory, you have a large number of Rex Sages in main and inside,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
Like, I feel like it makes your creature... If he was playing more green creatures, I would definitely argue for it. But I think the Evo Leap and, like, the random one-ups is making up for that.
Yeah. Also, actually no. So, Michael in the play here, hoping to not get destroyed by Leyline.
You guys are good whenever you're ready.
Also, it sure did look like Michael did not bring in his ley lines. He may have just thought that they were not worth bringing in.
I can see reason for that. Just because, like, he can't, well... Kirby can't really stop his combo unless he finds a ley line of his own.
Yeah, so I don't think that...
I think that's actually okay.
Yeah, because he's not really worried about the Punching Fire loop, and he's not really worried about getting loamed out.
Yeah, because his graveyard's not going to matter if he can just... Sorry. If he can just, like, put an overwhelming whatever in play. Well, there's scenario 1. Does he have a wish in his hand?
I think he has a Wish in hand.
Okay. Well, we might be fine then.
If the ley line wasn't put in play
I mean,
here-
this on its own, like... I doubt Kirby's going to try to kill his turn 1. So being able to set up a turn where you can wish... Like, he'll kill it if he wishes, probably.
yeah.
Green Sun for 0 to get Dryad.
Just going
Ugly, stupid from the Vault Dryad. But
Sure is
I
that.
understand his reasoning. He doesn't like the... I also don't like the Future Sight border, but...
Mm-hmm.
I use it because there's no non-foil version that's not that.
Yeah. So I almost like from Michael's side with Leon being in play, just holding on the Veteran Explorer because you're not going to be able to get that Leon out of play until turn 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's also probably fine.
You definitely have to keep fetching for basics, though, even
Yeah.
though it will feel bad.
Like you only really need one flip off of this off of a Veteran Explorer.
Mm-hmm.
So even
But he's got to take that one more turn off to go get his Rex Sage.
Mm-hmm.
He already had it ready. Living Wish exiles itself regardless, correct?
Yes.
I believe all the wishes do.
It exiles itself upon resolution. Yes.
Yeah.
So if it gets countered, it doesn't.
Knight. Okay, this is looking fairly solid because he's also got a Phyrexian Tower and he just drew an Arena Rector, so it's looking quite fine.
He's able to set up something next turn, but he is going to have to...
Oh wait, is that an Ancient Tomb?
That's an Ancient Tomb, yes.
Where is that? Is there just one? Yeah, there's just
Yeah,
one.
there's just
okay.
one.
I thought that was a tower. My bad.
I also thought that was a tower.
But he does have a therapy, so he's still got a sack outlet.
Yep.
I believe.
He has the sack outlet in hand, so next turn he's going to be able to therapy plus throw down whatever.
Actually, he might also still have a tower too. So he could actually do both.
Yeah, if he has a tower, then he can pretty much do everything he wants to.
Yeah, there
And
it
he
is.
does.
Okay, he does. All right. I'm not blind.
Nope, not blind.
Thought I was, but we're not.
All right. So Cabal therapy.
Shalroma, I think your keyboard, like, phased out of existence for a second, and then it caught back up.
He's trying.
Yeah, but I do agree with you. Like, if it is not just a land, it shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
I'm okay with, like, people putting mana rocks back there as long as they're not, like, stacking their lands up like some people do.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, it's an ultimate feel bad, like, even when just playing Commander, to be like, oh, let me look through your lands for artifacts. Like, I shouldn't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, there's therapy. What do you even name? Is there anything you're actually fearing?
I don't.
That's fine. Michael sequences very well. Because he's not leaving the Rector up. He can sack the Rex Sage for mana if he needs to.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, because he still has the Tomb.
He could have, in theory, played around the swords by playing the by first playing.
Oh, wait, no, he doesn't have white. Yeah, he does. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. I'm good.
You're good. He has white and he has enough mana to cast the Rector. He sees a Gaddock Tegan and Knight of the Wild Quarry. That doesn't matter a ton. Do we know?
I would grab the Teague on the flashback, though.
Yeah. Do we know what Rector he has in hand? Is it Academy?
I believe
or
it's Arena,
Okay.
because it looked like a new border. Yeah.
Okay.
Flashback. I would name Teague regardless in case you top deck. If you get the enchantment one, and you're able to,
So, it's the Teague, or if you get the Ugin and -3 here, then you can leave them with the Teague, and the Teague just dies to an uptick from the Ugin. Where's the Knight wouldn't?
that's fair.
And it looks like he's gonna do that.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he's just gonna, bam, all these things are gone.
Get land that doesn't get exiled. Woohoo! Magic the Gathering. Get your Rex Sage out of here, boy.
And does Kirby have any lands that matter at this point?
Caracas doesn't do anything.
He's probably just,
Wastelands, Groves. I'd probably just get a Grove.
yeah, just get that Grove.
Because he also doesn't even have red to begin with right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this looks like what he's doing.
Or Croc.
No, Caracas does not bounce Planeswalkers. I learned that very, very harshly.
I mean, he could play Gaddock King and bounce it, but I don't think you're winning if you're doing that.
Fun story. I learned that by Mindslaver locking a Miracles player in round 1 of the first Legacy IQ I ever played. I was like, yeah, I'll Caracas your Jace. And it took 5 minutes of talking to a judge to explain to me that the Oracle text read creature.
Yep. No, but I'm used to using Caracas in weird ways because I used to play the blue-white Caracas deck where you're like Vincer and Click.
Yeah.
You're just like, look at me loop them.
That was like the old Stoneblade list, right?
Yeah. No, last time I played Stoneblade it was Jeskai and you were running the Legendary package. I mean, the list I ran tonight was running a Legendary package as well, but it wasn't Jeskai.
Old Counterbalance did that too.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we had someone that played at our store that did that. They ran like 2 clicks and 2 true names.
Sean definitely did that.
It might also been I think Grooms did it as well.
Okay. I know in general, if like it's a blue-white X deck in Legacy, Sean's probably done it, because he just kind of does that. It's his thing.
He hasn't done Slivers.
He hasn't done God. I've lost to Slivers in Comp Ariel before. That was humiliating.
It's alright. At least you didn't lose to Stasis Snare in a Legacy tournament.
That is fair. You got me there.
We
Alright,
take up the Ugin, we play that and then we pass.
so
Together we eat the pig and we burn! Game 3 for the Nick Fit pile.
alright then, this has been actually more interesting than I was expecting.
Yeah, it's... That stall in Game 1, like, is kind of funny, but it ended up actually being, like, kind of a mind game where Kirby had to manipulate him with, like, getting that Dryad Arbor block.
Yeah, it was surprisingly enough kind of like one of those like skill testing moments that I wasn't expecting to show up in this type of matchup, because like
it required both players to know the decks.
yeah, on its face though it just seemed like this matchup seems kind of silly.
Yeah. I don't think Michael's getting enough credit tonight. Like, I personally think that I'm not speaking so much about the deck as I am him. Like, his decision making, like, he's making decisions that I'm not seeing with this deck.
The thing is, I actually try to give Michael credit a lot for being a good player. That just he kind of has that thing that some of us have where he picks like
He memes.
off the wall decks and stuff like that, and has like small little pitfalls play wise. But he's in general a pretty decent player.
This well, I was saying earlier, like, this Rector strategy has actually been showing up online as well.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Phil Gallagher play against an Esper version.
Yeah.
That he tried to guess that it was some kind of was it Hallowed Spirit Keeper deck, and then the guy just literally went like turn 3, drop this flashback therapy, put a Nugan into play. So this is quite bad.
Oh man, yeah, that wins games.
I did want to try it out in Vintage though. Last round, I believe it was Parnell and McCurry both played a Turbo Rector deck, and this was just when they just had Academy Rector, and they were getting the Decree of Silence combo with Solemnity. as well as just all the other like random world enchantments like a Rolling Splendor.
Okay, that's pretty fun.
Because like in that format with power and everything, you can power it out on turn 1. It's just silly.
Yeah.
Bob versus Wish. Oh, he put his
All right, so yeah, they're gonna resolve this thing on their own, but Michael shuffled in a sideboard card.
Now that would be if this was Comp Ariel, which is not, but
I think that is considered being part of your deck now.
yeah, because it's sideboard games.
Because
if it was game 1, that would be a
deck reg error, I think that'd be a game loss. Unless if you caught it yourself, it's
it wouldn't be reg error. It would be
no, yeah, you're right.
it's like failure to
It's some type of GRV
Yeah.
game rules violation that does get a game loss, I believe.
yeah, it's a game loss because they'd already started.
And if it's
If he caught it before, they would just have him fix it and mull.
yeah,
At least I would. Like
that's
I
how.
don't like getting people
So
like that.
a lot of the times judges will downgrade things if the player themselves brings it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I've noticed about even in like higher level events.
I think it varies experience to experience as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know some people have had some really bad experience, especially like not more recent. Like more recently, I feel like a lot of people have been having better experiences with judges. But I know like I hear stories all the time of like was at this GP. I mean, it happened to me. Like I was at a GP and I couldn't get a card signed in time, so I just stuck the card in my deck box. As a new player, I've been playing for like less than a year,
Yep.
and we got deck checked because my opponent had 2 different types of sleeves, and his previous opponent had reported it. And then I got the game loss because I had a card which I couldn't even cast. It was Spell Twine, and I'm playing red-black.
Yeah.
And he was just like, I have to give you a game loss because you have a card in your deck box that's not registered with your deck. And
So I haven't really had any necessarily negative judge experience at tournaments. I did have one of my opponents in round 15 of an open had to re-sleeve half their deck after a deck check.
Was this the Richmond Open that you played in?
Yes, that was the Richmond.
I remember
Open.
that's so stupid.
Yeah, we just both kind of sit there and like my opponent was trying to like hide what he was playing, and I just almost looked at him and was like, I know what you're playing. I saw you in feature match, my dude.
Can I help you? You ended up top 8ing, right? remember.
I got 11th.
You got 11th. Okay.
Yeah, no, it was.
I just know it was a really good finish.
It was a pretty solid tournament. My friend Max actually knocked me off top 8 contention, and he ended up getting top 8.
Max, if you're watching, nice.
No, fun story about myself and Max. So first time meeting him was there. Then we met again at an IQ, and this one's when they changed the $400 for finishing first. Top 4 we wanted to split, but one guy refused to. So I beat him in top 4 and cost him money this time. And so after that, we both just kind of like, hey, I saw you at this event, and we end up like friending each other on Facebook, and we see each other a fair amount because I grind in his area.
Yeah. If you're still watching, suck it.
I'm sorry if you're watching. Oh man,
As he just bragged about it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
it's fine.
All right. So he's still a turn away from really doing anything, but
He's
stuck with the Ugin in hand,
his hand's so goofy.
one of each Rector, a Brutality, I believe.
Yeah, if he has brutality, he might just be. Yeah, he's gonna go for it here. Whew. So he's gonna shrink and duress.
Yep.
And that's good because he's gonna get this assassin trophy.
Ooh, that's very nice grab.
Yep.
Very, very good.
Mm,
No, I don't like that.
I'm not. So
But he does have 2 Rectors, so
he does have 2 vectors.
and he has I believe that is the tower this time. I'm fairly confident that old face land is a tower.
Okay, yeah. I
So-
think that. Yeah, this is kind of weird.
Although now he's stuck on lands because Kirby decided to go ahead with the Wasteland.
He's stuck on land, so
And he's discarding to Lily. This actually, I'm not sure it would have mattered all that much.
So I think that he might actually had to take the swords because he might need to play the Rector as soon as he gets to 4 mana.
You know what would be really good top decking here? It's a Veteran Explorer.
A Veteran Explorer would be pretty nice.
Play it, play tower, sack it. You get 3 black, correct?
Double black.
Double black. And then you get 2 lands. You have 5 mana. And I think he has a therapy. So like that would be, or no, that's Curse of Deathhold. That's the purple coloring. He has the newer therapies, so they're like green.
Yeah. Now, Kirby did pick up another Assassin's Trophy. And that's...
Oh yeah, he has a second one on board.
Mm-hmm. So he has both of Assassin Trophies here.
Curse goes away.
He has a Liliana at 6, and he has what should be lethal very quickly.
Yep. This should be 2 turns. Like,
Yeah. I don't
Knight alone kills him. I mean, you swing with both because you're not scared. There's nothing to really punish you.
I don't think that, like, so he could be considering going for getting a Wasteland this turn and seeing if he can win next turn. But no.
I don't like that play. I mean,
I agree. That
there's one instance, like the Veteran Explorer draw is the only instance where he falls behind, and even then, Michael doesn't have a sack outlet for
Yeah.
the Rector.
I agree. I was more just trying to figure out Kirby's thought process there.
Yeah.
Um,
Which yes, that is probably the other line he's looking at.
and
That's
Kirby
swords.
picked up another swords. So
And that is the game for that one.
jeez. All right. Well, that is going to be our actual last round for the night. Round 7 of 6. Got to bring in some nice fun legacy action.
After dark.
After dark. Thanks to everyone that came out tonight. Next week we're going to be doing new standard, so that's going to be standard with all the newly spoiled cards from Guilds of Ravnica. It's of course going to be proxy to fair, as we do not have an insider at WotC to grab cards for us.
Yep.
But if you are curious to see what people might end up doing in new standard, this might be a good place to check out next week at 7:30. Same time it is every night on Tuesday. And if you want to rewatch the stream from tonight, it is going to go on repeat as soon as we end here. So if there's something you missed, or if you just want to watch this again, or you're just tuning in at the very end, then feel free to watch as it goes on repeat.
Yep.
Anything else from you, Connor?
Nothing much. Look forward to checking out some new standard next week, and we'll see you guys later.
All right. See you guys later. Thank you for getting there.